Welcome along to a Friday Night Live here in Lola Montez. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please be upstanding and make some noise for your hosts, Adrian Parkland, Ronan Moriarty and Ross Boyle of the Sligo Way podcast.
Going back to where the beach is near, the beer is dear, there's plenty of women out the crowd. Walking around the final second, the whistle is gone, and Sligo Rovers are the champions. By the riverside, you can match the tide as it flows.
No, I'm being told that Average Joe's does not have enough players and will be forfeiting the championship match.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Here he goes, and drives it clean out over the tent. Out in the field of corner. Jesus,
In the bookie shop.
Well, isn't this a pretty picture? Sorry about the delay. I was at another 12 girls match in Giva. That's why we're late.
So dedicated to the cause.
I am. Thanks a million for coming, everyone. Sorry about the delay from November as well. That was also my fault. I got COVID the day before. I'm embarrassed. I was drinking in Lily's on the Sunday night.
Gave it to a few people.
Stop. COVID's gone anyways. Look, delighted to be here. It's been a long time in the making. Tonight is going to be as much about ye as us. My hand is shaking, a bit nervous. That'll go in a minute.
Kieran did say the first couple of minutes were going to be horrendous, so we'll get through it together and we'll ease into our groove.
So it's about year participation. Hecklers will be heckled back at. So heckle away. Anyone's free to leave at any time they want, but you need to explain why you're leaving in front of everyone. Tonight's running order, we have our few guests. We have the rugby lads in the corner. We have... Is that a boo?
It's an early boo for the rugby. Who was it?
Our GAA, Con O Meara and the mysterious RF.
Also in the corner.
Could be anyone in the crowd, he could.
Our two Rovers legends, Raf and Alan Keane. And then, of course, the town hall, when everyone's had a few drinks in them with Gino and the Mac attack. We'll see how that goes.
They're both not here.
Gino's currently playing a Division 2 Cup game out in Gertrude Celtic, and the Mac attack's busy over town, was that it?
He's got some business to attend to, but he'll be here shortly. Whatever he's
in
up
Shoots,
to.
I think.
He's in the railway.
He was seen walking in the Shoots with a briefcase at 5 o'clock, alright. So, I don't know what that means even. We might have a wee sing-song later on as well. We plan to do the inaugural karaoke championships, but one of the guys pulled out. He's on his wedding anniversary in Achill.
Priorities.
Well, we can still do it if we got 4 volunteers.
Would we?
Oh, 3, because 8 will be 4.
No, I won't. And
we'll let them get a few more drinks and then.
Do you like Sligo or not Sligo? Well, it's going to be the biggest ever one. Murty, you might talk through the format tonight of Sligo or not Sligo?
Yeah, so you all got a raffle ticket coming in, so we're going to draw out 8 tickets, have a quarter-final, a semi-final, 4 quarter-finals, 2 semi-finals and a final. And the winner of the final will have 2 tickets to Wild Roots.
Wow.
Yeah, woo on.
A trip down Hazelwood in June. So, we'll do our normal podcast. A lot has happened since we last talked last week, Ross, Ronan. We went live from McGlynn's, winners of the inaugural Guinness World Cup.
Yeah.
Ross has an apology to make, I think.
If you listen to the last hour of the show, Ross got a bit slurry.
Yeah, apologies. There was young lads buying me drinks.
Damn good Guinness.
At least it wasn't the other way around.
Well,
his future fiance sitting right in front of us.
Right, folks, we'll all do the bourbon now. So, on the field, a lot happened. The under-20s was the big one.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
Finally beating Mayo in a Connacht final.
Great game.
Great game. Yeah, you enjoyed the run. You're in it. You're in the VIP seats, were you?
I was in the VIP seats. I got the press pass, yeah. I enjoyed just... Sligo have lost about 10 Connacht finals that I've watched in my life, underage or senior. And then to get a fluky goal like that in over the Mayo's fella's head and piss all the Mayo roasters off.
Yeah, ref, you cunt.
Yeah, where is he?
With the programmes and the bottles of Luke's in their back pockets.
But
who brings sandwiches to a game at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday evening? Anyways, Ross, what happened on the rugby scene?
The under-18 ladies won the Connacht Cup final.
That's a big one.
Big one for them. Congratulations.
Congrats. And Rovers finally won.
Rovers won a game on Monday, yeah. Rovers bet Finn Harps on bank holiday Monday night. 1-0. Great to see.
We haven't talked. We up there now because usually live.
No, I wasn't there. No, I'm not even going to try and lie tonight.
When Murty does his few Rovers reviews, he mightn't have been at the game now, but
there was one time it broke down, and I think we just admitted it. That Rovers finally won, and Junior Soccer Cups are kicking off tonight. That's where Gino is. Any score in Strand and Carberry? 1-0 Carby, yeah.
Right, okay. That'll get the Gaelic boys back from Clara quick enough. Very good. Up Carberry. Okay. Usually we go into our correspondence now, and there's a few in, I believe, for the crowd.
Yeah, was there someone in the crowd looking to ask a question?
They're going to shine now. Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Who's doing our mic? Our roaming mic?
Kieran
Cardy.
Where's my assistant? I can't do
know.
everything.
Thank you, Kieran.
Now, lads.
Oh, cheapness. Bringing a lot of heat.
Just a question for the three of you. Hypothetically speaking, I know three you probably haven't done before. 3-day stag in Liverpool, for example. You come home the Monday, the horrors. The absolute, the worst of the worst. Where's the takeaway?
Jesus.
Now, I'll give you a stipulation.
Oh.
You can add in a closed takeaway that you previously had in a different lifetime, or now, what's left open.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hungover now.
It's a really good question, down there, Ryan. Thanks a million.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, thanks. The old Four Lights.
Look, we're bringing up wounds here. 4 Lights closing 8 o'clock in the evening is a big sticking point around the whole town.
Yeah,
Yeah, scandalous. A petition, maybe.
What do you reckon, lads?
Old Molly.
Old Molly's.
Yeah.
I cannot say a bad word about Superfood Colooney.
Super fast.
Super fast.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so good, I forgot the name. I bloody love it.
I do enjoy the super fast as well.
It's Colooney for me, super fast. Ross, probably.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
It's been a while. I would say Domino's. The pepperoni dough balls were an absolute treat back in the horrors.
Domino's.
Domino's, yeah.
Bit extravagant.
A bit
I know what I like.
Right. No kebab meat for us.
No kebab meat for us. No, there's
Any other questions?
Any other questions out there?
Oh, same table. Must have been
Another
studying
food
together. They're not planted, of course.
This is a plant. This table is a plant.
Yeah, so a question for all three of you. Apart from Peter Meehan, who is your favourite guest to have had on the podcast?
Hey.
Now, Peter was an impromptu guest. We got a bit of grief over that, but he actually did walk by McGlynn's.
The wind did blow him in.
No, he actually did.
The Killarney United manager is also here tonight as well.
Our beloved Killarney.
We could have a karaoke off later, Peter. Where are you?
I feel we played a part in Killarney getting promoted this year now.
Yeah, we did. We helped Killarney get promoted by tipping against them every week.
Ben Bulbin beating them was the best one yet. Had they won a game all year?
No.
And then the best.
But anyway, apart from Peter, who's
Sorry,
your favourite guest?
I have to say, as a big roaster myself, RF, I thoroughly enjoyed the pure pub shite talk about Gaelic. He was great, and
Did about 3 hours of content from that day.
it was a bit taken out as well, wasn't
2
it?
episodes. Oh, a lot taken out, yeah.
He came down from Mayo and had a pint of special in the glass house. Sure, like, you can't get more Mayo than that. And we talked about Gaelic for about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So I'll go with Ref.
You're in your element. Big Hardy Bucks fan. I'm going to go for Owen Colgan. I enjoyed that chat now. He left us down to the wire. Remember, he was late. He didn't turn up.
Worst.
What?
I thought he was our worst.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed him. I love the build-up, the drama.
People, different tastes.
Yeah.
For sheer randomness of it, I think having future Olympian Mona McSharry on was probably... And there was I wasn't there for that interview.
That was most nerve-wracking.
At one stage of the interview, you two go to her. And so, what's the story with parties in America, Mona? Are they like in the movies, or... and she, I think her never had a drink in her life, like...
I was shitting myself before that now.
Literally.
To the toilet.
You left me on the Zoom for 5 minutes trying to chat to her. I didn't have a clue what to say when you were downstairs. Yeah, Aid will be here any minute now.
We've had some great guests, in fairness. We have.
Who was your favourite?
Peter Meehan.
Come on, you need to participate more than this now as the night goes on, lads. Gino was the Bouncilor, yeah. He was pretty good. He'll be here later if the game doesn't go to extra time, hopefully.
Is it?
Jesus.
For fuck's sake.
We've no backup plan either, so...
No.
We'll bring up Peter Meehan, actually.
Or we'll land over to shoots them.
Bring Sean back up again. Yeah.
Where is he?
There he is.
Who?
Right in front of you.
County Board Chairman.
Oh, Sean Curran, how are you? Oh, yes, of course, you were a favourite guest. It's the bright lights, I'm sorry. Anything else? Anyone? No. I beg your pardon? No, any questions, Bellio? Questions.
Just a general statement.
Right. Yes? Here we go. Oh. To the long-haired gentleman at the back.
With that beautiful red t-shirt.
Cheers. No offence to yourself, but just wondering where Aaron Tansey is tonight, the regular sound guy.
No, he had a different job.
Aaron has a paid gig tonight.
He got paid in Killarney tonight for the Con O Juniors. And also, he didn't turn the volume up in Ross's interview with Gino, so...
Hey, don't put this on me.
Ross pulled the plug there, I'm sorry. We love Tansey.
Tansey Abu.
Should we use
down in Killarney, I think he's videoing the Con O Juniors, Chewy, and fuck you for trying to fuck us.
And thanks to Aaron for lending us his camera.
Yeah, exactly, his camera's there.
Waving to Aaron. Thanks, Aaron.
Okay, we got our first guest on.
As long as there's no more questions.
Well, of course. No, there's no more. Good to go, Ross?
Yeah, first guest. Okay, so here we are starting off the...
come on, Kieran, back for the intro, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, Kieran, you're no Aaron Tansey.
I'll give them an intro and then you can play their music.
We're on the one road, share the one load. We're on the road to
welcome.
We're on
the one road, they make the wrong road.
That's more like it.
Now who cares? Give me the fucking verse. Dublin, Belfast, Cork and Donegal. We're on the one road, singing along, singing the soldier song.
It took me 10 years to figure it out, but you never go for a high five with Frankie Feeney and company.
Yeah, we're going to dive into your relationship deeper a little bit soon. But first of all, welcome to the stage, Frankie and Paddy, two former Sligo Rugby Club Junior Cup winning captains. What a thrill to have you here today. Thank you, boys. Paddy, our resident Kiwi from Dunedin in New Zealand. We were a captain when we were promoted from the AAL into the senior times. And Frankie, Cartron United stalwarts, welcome to the stage.
Thanks, Ross.
Thanks very much. No mention with the rugby too, just a Cartron United stalwart.
No,
fuck the rugby.
In fairness,
he wasn't even a stalwart.
In fairness to Frankie, he was here from minis to seniors, so there's not too many people. So debatably, like myself, he's still a mini.
Whoa.
Move on, Ross. Come on, quick.
We're paying them 500 quid to get on stage, not to abuse. Don't get abused.
I know, boys, good to have you here, and hopefully we've got a few good stories for us, so this could be very short and quick. Where will we start? Back at the start, I suppose. Both of you boys played in the early days when we were in the junior leagues before we were promoted to the AAL, so I suppose we'll start back there. What was it like, your early memories playing for Sligo back in the muddy war days?
Fairly shit at the very start, Ross, to be honest. Like, we were very unsuccessful. But yeah, I suppose we probably a couple of Junior Cup wins kicked off a bit of success in the lead up to the promotion to the AAL, and both of us are scrum halves. I got those Junior Cup wins kicked off, and then Paddy was paid to come over to replace me effectively.
What does that say about you, Frankie?
Not a lot.
Did you get any dollar, Frankie? Because there's a bit going around out in the rugby club now.
There's which?
There's a lot of money going around the rugby club. Did you get a few?
Well, there's talks about me coming back here, though, to be honest now.
He's just been signed up, so...
Oh.
He's coming back in next year. Actually, sorry, the big news. Paddy's back next year, head coach for next season. Welcome back, Paddy.
Thanks, Ross.
He's going to get us back into winning ways. So welcome back, Paddy. And also the next announcement, Frankie's going to join us in the management team next year.
Player manager. No chair for that, thanks.
I take the kicks.
Appreciate it. Fucking great crowd.
No, good stuff, boys.
Tough crowd, Frankie. It's a tough crowd.
Going back to those early days, and we like to reminisce and get a bit nostalgic on this show, but I really kind of have hand in hand those early days in the rugby club with the old McHugh's when it was in full flight. How much does everyone miss that place?
It's reopening.
Yeah, there's work going on there now, so it'd be great.
But yet, we all love Lola's too. Bring back McHugh's.
Boys, any early memories from McHugh's?
It was probably, I know when I first come here, I used to get confused with the one-way system around Sligo, and I only knew my way to McHugh's and the rugby club. So I'd be walking around town during the day and I'd like, where the fuck am I? And I'd find my way to McHugh's, and then I could make myself way back home. The light of day was a strange old place, but...
yeah, it was some place back in the day. Chewy, did you have a birthday for your car in McHugh's? You drove the car in through the back and had a birthday party for it. That true?
What?
Yeah. Drove his... What car? What type of car was it?
Sounds like a real beauty.
Drove it in through the back, brought it in, had a birthday card for the car.
Fucking a miles to the gallon getting that baby. Wow. Rugby.
Yes, back to it. We'll get Chewy up here later on. Look, back to the game. There was a lot of characters back then again, so you've shared a dressing room with a few over the days. I'd say any people stick out? Any characters from back in your early days?
Few for me. The two Sweeney brothers.
Oh yeah.
Two Sweeneys, Joe and Trevor. Remember one day we were playing down in Woaaa. Joe, Caelan Blade, Connacht scrum half.
Yeah.
His brother and his dad used to play scrum half and out half together. And myself and Trevor were playing against them one day. Now this was peak Sweeney days. Like he 3 things in his life: lifting weights, rugby, and going into Envy on a Friday night in a muscle top. So the young fella Darren, he was the scrum half, and the old fella was an out half. And he threw an absolute fucking hospital pass one fucking day to the out lad. And the out lad caught the ball the same time Sweeney caught him. Fucking knocked him into next week. And I'm following the play, I'm running off after the ball, but I could hear Darren, the young fella, coming up. Dad, are you alright? After Sweeney fucking killed him.
Is it Joe or Trevor?
That's Trevor.
Joe didn't tackle.
Sorry?
Joe didn't do much.
No, I was thinking of him. He sells greeting cards now. He could just get well soon.
Right.
Doesn't he?
What? He does,
yeah. He does sell cards. Yeah.
Just reading my cue for my cue cards. Thank you, sorry.
I
just realised like my handwriting is absolutely terrible.
It is wild. Actually, look at this. The fucking size of it. Something you'd see on the new.
Sorry, okay, where are we? Paddy, you've played with some good players in your career. Name out some of the best players you played against.
Apart from me.
Yeah, apart from Frankie. I might be showing my age, but back in New Zealand, in the good old days, the All Blacks and Super Rugby players played club rugby and rep rugby coming through, so was lucky enough, and I wish they did it now, but every weekend now there's All Blacks playing club rugby, and it's something that maybe Ireland could knock into if they're not playing games. So even the likes of, I don't know how many, I wouldn't say there's many rugby people out here, but Byron Callagher, Jeff Wilson and the likes played 60, 70 games for the All Blacks. There was two skinny little 17-year-old marking them. It was scary enough.
It'd be good crack seeing a few Irish internationals in the out in Strand Hill. I don't think they like the changing rooms though, but
it wouldn't be much use here, like, you know.
What?
If they did bring it in, there's no Sligo Irish international, like, so.
Well,
we'd see them, like, but.
Yeah.
Sorry, rugby.
No, sorry. Frankie, same question to yourself.
The best players I've played against?
Yeah.
I was chatting to a lad a couple of weeks ago who reckoned I played against Felix Jones.
He reckons you did.
He reckons, yeah, I played against Felix Jones.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I did. So if it wasn't Felix, it probably wouldn't be a rugby player, Ross. I played a leg of darts against Eric Bristow. So I'd say it's either my good friend Felix, the World Cup winning coach, or Eric Bristow, the world champion at darts.
Sorry, what clothing did you play Eric in?
I played him topless. And schooled the cunt.
You won the leg, I assume.
Hang on, did you?
Did I
play him topless?
No, I didn't. I played him topless, but I didn't win.
Where was this?
Over, myself and Darren Norman were over in Manchester for a United Liverpool game. And Darren loves the darts. And he kept seeing these billboards, Bristow was doing like a Q&A and an exhibition thing.
Much like this?
Much like this, yeah. A lot classier than this. So Darren said, look, we have to go. I'll pay for the taxi, I'll pay for the tickets, everything. Walked into this place, like walking into like the Shameless bar. Like, it was an absolute disgrace. So Darren was up, front line and centre, waiting for, like, because when you bought a ticket, you also got the chance to be picked out to play Bristow in a leg of darts, like. And I got called out down the back, top off. Bristow didn't see it coming.
He was rattled, was he?
He was unnerved.
He had a few triple ones. Lovely.
Felix or Bristol.
Good stuff. Paddy, obviously, the rugby is your main passion. Did you ever dabble in any other local sports in your time over here?
I dabbled in the Sligo cricket team for a wee while.
Oh, we're big fans of the cricket.
Yeah, no. The game.
And the IT one? No, you weren't in the...
No, the games were in Galway, so I was like, fuck that, I'm not
That's
driving down to
true,
Galway.
yeah.
But I used to love, when we actually got in the AIL, we played on Saturday, so I used to go to junior soccer on Sundays and Cartron United games, watching Murty brush his teeth with a breakfast roll. Every Sunday. Bart Folan getting sent off after about 2 minutes. That was the most entertaining days of my life, actually, to be honest.
That's Sundays.
I'd
never really watched soccer before, so.
You didn't see much of that either.
You're also you're a big golf fan as well. Tell me about this Ryder Cup competition that yourself and Murty and the boys get involved in.
Yeah, we basically, the rest of the world play Cartron, and when they get enough dole money together.
I missed that.
Rewind the tape there and play it out for us. What was it?
It takes them a year to get it all together, and then they get a few shirts from Pennies and iron Nike signs on them.
What's the score in overall Ryder Cups?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure we won last year.
The first year.
There's 6 of us. There's 7.9 billion of you.
Who's interviewing who?
I forgot what I was doing here. I apologise.
The first year we played them, we obviously had team tops. The Cartron team's got these Fruit of the Loom T-shirts. None of them fucking matched, and ordered these iron-on Nike symbols. None of them matched either.
We actually...
got no response to that.
We'll touch on those Cartron days as well. So, Mert, tell us, what was Frankie like on the pitch?
Frankie was a competitor.
Real wildcat.
Yeah, he was a hungry little fighter. He used to play for a sandwich, actually. No, Frankie was good. Frankie was. I'd say he's a bit like his rugby days. He was always wrecking people's heads. Like I remember. There was one Sunday he played for us, and the day before he played a junior match on the Saturday. I think it might have been against, I don't think it was Monavea, but it was out in the rugby club.
Portumna,
probably, yeah. Gang of lads were up from Portumna. Yeah. But Frankie had licked a fella's face the day before. Do you remember the day you licked a fella's face in the scrum?
No.
But anyway, yeah, that happened. No, Frankie's a good soccer player. He's a very good soccer player.
I got a raw deal now playing with Cartron a lot. I got hooked up with a couple of bad lads.
Yeah.
Did a lot of running for Benny O'Reilly and Neil O'Brien.
2 of them set you up.
Yeah. Seems like you haven't forgot that, Frankie. The look in your face.
Fucking haven't.
Also, Frankie, for those of you who don't know, Brent Pope, actually, in his autobiography, he featured a few pages towards Frankie in it. So, what did you do to leave such an imprint on that man that he did mention in his autobiography?
He was shocked that a player of my ability could be hidden in junior rugby in Ireland. No, I was out in New Zealand for 8 weeks with Brent in Christchurch, and the Irish team were playing there at the same time, and obviously I was trying to chat up the local women and not being too successful at it. So I changed tact when the Irish team were over. So Brent was walking through a shopping centre one evening. This girl came running out of the hairdressers, goes, "Are you the Irish coach?" And he's there, "Well, I'm coaching an Irish team, but probably not the one you think." And she was there, "Oh, right. I'm asking about Frankie. He reckons he's going to be in the test squad if Keith Wood doesn't pass his fitness test, and I'm going to get tickets to the game."
And this was put in his autobiography.
Tell the story about your mother getting the autobiography.
Yeah. So my mother, it is in the autobiography. Yeah. So my mother was queuing up in Easton's to get the autobiography, and she's there like, "Oh, how's it going, Brent? I'm buying it for my son. I'm from Sligo." And he said, "Oh, you don't know Frankie Feeney, do you?" She said, "Yeah, like, he's my son." "Oh, he's on, check out page 248. To 251, he's on it."
Proud mother. Just to the bar staff, can we get a pint of Guinness there ready? We just want to. Last week on the pod, we announced Dara Byrne, who's sitting up the back, as our Sligo Way Pod Player of the Season. So, whenever a pint of Guinness is ready, we're going to bring you up to the stage to touch the lucky jocks and down a pint of Guinness. We'll crack on.
It wasn't in the running order.
Sorry, Adrian, I slipped that one in there.
Slipped the Mickey in me.
Don't turn your back, boy. So while we're getting that ready, Paddy, pre-season, I see a lot of lads up the back there sowing pints. They're getting takeaways earlier. They're talking about having a wild summer. Pre-season, when's it going to start, and what kind of pain are they looking forward to?
It'll be the usual pain. Probably a month off, I would say.
You look angry, Paddy.
He's staring at them.
They look a little bit fat as well.
Hey!
They'll be right. You can see how fast he chops that one.
Will Boyle do one more pre-season, Paddy?
What's that, sir?
Is Boyle ready for one more pre-season?
No, definitely not. Times have moved on, Ada.
I'm done. Don't be ringing now in November looking for a prop. Right, here we go. We're going to wrap it up. Murty said a couple of questions to finish off for the boys towards the end of their thing.
Just we're going to ask everybody before they finish up tonight. Favourite takeaway in Sligo?
4 Lights.
I used to enjoy the fights outside 4 Lights when I first came.
That must have been a rude awakening, actually, the fights outside 4 Lights.
Yeah, it was actually very entertaining. A couple of Big Four burgers and watched them.
You were hardly around the night Pat Conway's hat was robbed.
What?
That was one of the great nights in town.
I think the Happy Eater.
Happy Eater is a good shout, yeah.
Yeah, it's always
and
open.
then what was the other question? Oh, yeah. If you could reopen one closed establishment in Sligo, what would you open? Be it pub, shop, Bucky's?
Definitely McHugh's.
Reopen.
Yeah. Reopen, yeah.
Carla Scarpa.
Which?
Carla Scarpa.
Bowling alley.
Which? Bowling alley?
Bowling alley.
Oh!
Yeah.
Goldmine.
Answer.
Yeah.
Okay, is that lads?
Yeah, I think that's it more or less.
Right, before the lads go, they're going to pick out our first 8 contestants of Sligo or not. I'm going to sneeze. Sligo or not Sligo.
We're going to need to find out who they are now, yeah?
So, sorry?
We need to figure out who they are.
Yeah. So the first round's coming up now. So everyone who has their tickets, listen up. The lads are going to pick out a few
Paddy and Frankie.
numbers here, and that's who you're facing off against in the first ever Sligo or not Sligo. The bar is there as well, lads. Use it.
One ticket?
Yeah, one. So, number 166 to 170.
We're looking for 166 to 170.
Someone has it.
We're up there in the corner.
Right, Egg, you're up.
Oh, it's Egg. Egg, is it?
He's in round 1, it is Egg.
That's Eamon Kelly in round 1 against.
Right.
And they're going to be coming up against 126 to 130.
126 to 130.
Who's he got? 126, 130. Salmon coloured ticket.
Oh, here we go.
126 to 130.
Burnsy, come on up, boy.
They're all orange.
Come on.
Who is it?
Here.
Simon Cashman.
Simon Cashman, that's our first quarter final.
Battle of the Champs.
So that's Town against Clooney, I think.
Yeah. Right, go again.
Yep. Dara Byrne, get up here and chop this point.
We go again.
Oh yeah, there's 4. There's a quarter final around here.
Where's the box?
We need to pull out more.
Really?
Jesus Christ, we rehearsed this for 3 weeks.
331 to 335.
Looking for 331 to 335.
226 to 230.
Hang on a second. Who's that? Clodagh Waters.
What number was that, Clodagh?
Okay, who's 331?
It must have been
331 to 335.
331 to 335.
That's
We'll
you,
do a
Jason.
redraw in
No?
about 6 seconds.
That's you, no?
Repick.
301 to 305.
301, 305. 301, 305. Come on.
Draw again.
We'll give it 5 seconds. We'll draw again. 301 to 305.
Number 1 to number 5.
Number 1.
Hold on. We got a 301.
David Moriarty, Murty's brother.
Come on, Spokes.
What's that? 301. Right, we've got that 1 to 5, is it?
121 to 125.
121 to 125.
Chewy. Off against 206 to 210. John Bellew. I didn't even put a ticket. Right, 2 more.
151 to 155.
151 to 155. Give it a second before you then the next one.
Come on.
151 to 155.
Back again.
Hold on, give it a sec. Give it 5. Give it 5.
Hang on, I have one.
Yeah, O'Gara, is that you? Kieran O'Gara. 151 to 155.
Come on down.
Last
one.
161 to 165.
That's the next ticket.
Fitzo. Okay. Those are our quarter-finalists. So, against Simon Cashman, you're first up. Murty is a few for ye.
Or are we going now?
Oh, we're going now. It's quarter-final time.
Let's get this done first. Hold on.
We'll get this part.
Sorry, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. No, we're not.
All right, Darryl Burnsy, let's get you. Where are you? Sligo Pod Player of the Year. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Frankie, Paddy, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause for the boys. Thank you.
On the lads.
That's fantastic.
Cheers.
Okay, I got ahead of myself there. Very sorry. Fair play to the lads, fantastic.
So we're going to do the quarterfinals after the Gaelic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next up, our second guests are 2 GAA heads. One man is delighted after Wednesday night's performance from Sligo. He was on the management team. One guy was crying into his ham sandwiches. He's a Mayo man. Let's give it up for RF and Con O Meara.
Doing just once would be enough for those who've lost in life for love, for those who've lost their guile and nerve, their innocence and their joy.
Lads, how are you? You're very welcome.
Great. Cheers, Edo. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Shook as fuck, Edo. 2 days on the beer.
He's been on the beer since Wednesday after the under-20 game, Con, but we'll have to give him a round of applause, lads. Under-20 title back to Sligo for the first time. Fair play to him. So where did you go after game Wednesday, actually? Sorry, Shane, something to say?
I was just going to say, I was actually, the last 5 minutes of that game, I was probably cheering on Sligo. So just to clarify that, there was no ham sandwiches, no tears.
We were just chatting on the VIP lounge there. We were, shooting the breeze over a few sandwich, I don't know.
But you didn't buy me one anyway, I can tell you that now.
I got a man or two. We were saying that, we believe you don't really like Mayo. I think you like the misery, you especially.
Yeah.
You don't like James Horn anyways?
No. I can get into that, no problem if you want. Yeah, that's easy.
Edo, I don't like Mayo either. Big set on.
Does anyone like Mayo?
Me?
Con. Ref. Call you ref, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you still a man of mystery, actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Right, okay.
No photos allowed here. You have to do the old crime call thing of blurring his face out, because just in case.
Verbally, yeah. No,
you have a bit in common. Anyone know what it is?
Handsome men.
Both 6'4" with but, no, you both played for Omar Gales.
Very true.
Spot the Omar Gales corner there.
Colin, you probably forgot because you played for 6 clubs since then. How many clubs have you had?
Well, it's easier to go through the clubs I haven't played with, I suppose. Yeah, I started with Omar Gales. That's born in Ballastadair. Touristran, Calera, over to Boston with Shannon Blues. Yeah, there was a few of them.
Boston Shannon. And when to then? Shannon Blues in Boston.
The Boston in America. You know that one, Edo?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, yeah. I've seen it in a movie once. Back to Sligo, then to Clara, and then you got married.
Yeah, married. That's why I'm not allowed to go on the beer tonight. Can't afford the divorce lawyer if it's day 3, you know.
I suppose we would have played together for a long time, Con, for Clara. Few good memories, good stories.
Yeah, few good stories. I suppose it's an adult crowd here. You could tell them.
Oh, tell away, yeah.
After the waters, Marc, yeah.
Leave no graphic.
Edo's the kind of guy that you go to Wicklow to play in a sevens tournament, and you're in the middle of fucking nowhere in Wicklow, in the mountains. A pub is packed, all the locals in.
It's called the Salty. The pub is called the Salty.
The Salty. Edo disappears and comes back with a fucking hen under his arm and no top on. Fairly tribal, like.
They did wildlife out the back. They did. There was a pig on a spit, and then wildlife just roaming around the pub. Sure, who wouldn't pick up a hen? But that's tame now. I thought you were going to go worse with that.
No, I'd be safe enough. The other good one with you was Edo brought the dog to training one morning. And Jerry Monaghan, I don't know if you know Jerry, Monty was training us. So Monty was saying, get the fucking dog away off the pitch.
Get that fucking dog off the fucking pitch.
Off the fucking pitch. But Monty came sporting a pair of new runners. Lovely white runners on him. And Monty was, I don't know what age he is, but he was in his 60s at the time, and he wouldn't be happy with the pace we'd be going at, me especially. So he'd take the ball and, no, fucking, you want to be going like this. So he goes off on a solo run with the ball and slips on this thing that looked like a croissant on the ground in the lovely white runners. Edo's dog had just done a masterpiece. So we were rolling on the ground laughing. He takes off the runners, and they're the ones with those lovely grooves on them.
Yeah, they make speed lines, they make them go faster.
He was looking for a toothpick. And one of the boys' crew says to Jerry, he says, Monty, I think Edo made him make the I fucking say he did.
Good girl. Treats in my pocket for that was funny. No, Monty was a good manager. What about today? We're going out for the Eastern Harps in the championship. I hadn't fun on that. What was his waiting your list for a team talk, for a speech? How to play the championship game?
You're getting ready for the first championship game, and you're really pumped. And Monty would come in and he'd go through a few bits and pieces and come on. But he kind of ran out of things to say. So he's looking around, and we still have a couple of minutes to go. So he goes, lads, fucking Niall Murphy, full forward. Best Sligo footballer since Mickey Kearns. So fucking give the ball into Murphy. Do you know what it's like, he said, when you have Murphy in full forward and don't give him the ball? It's like having a young one in the bed and you don't ride her.
Come on, Calera! Did you win? Won!
He knew what he was doing, Monty.
Pups. Ref, talk to us about Mayo. There's a real interest in Mayo down here, I think, in the GAA circles. I'm fascinated by them. The fan culture, absolute lunatics.
Actually, myself and Frankie, our previous guest, are big members of the Mayo GAA banter page.
Banter page,
yeah.
That's the asylum.
It's unbelievable. I love commenting on it. It's fucking.
There's people there that aren't even from Mayo, including yourselves, that just set up accounts just to write up.
Just keep writing 19 MO Salmon. That's.
They're absolutely, like, they are mental, and it's a certain type of people now, people in their 50s or 60s that have just gone on Facebook, or they've got smartphones in the last 4 or 5 years. They don't realise everyone can see what these people write, so it's like...
It's our first time, we're very sorry.
Where's Aaron Tansey when you need him?
We'll strive to do better.
And that's my story.
So right.
Mayo County Board are trying to censor you.
They're doing that long enough now.
What is your relationship with the Mayo County Board? Healthy now?
It's good, yeah.
What was your previous relationship with the Mayo County Board?
Frosty. It's like the weather, seasons, it changes, We're in the spring now, and things are going, grass is growing, it's getting good. I'm actually involved with the Mayo Academy. I'm under 16 coach. I've met you up in things, so it's not obviously that bad. If they let me.
But no one knows your real name. That's why you're involved.
They know well.
We better give the podcast a shout out here. Yeah. It's great. Like
Ref as a Ref podcast. It's if you don't care about GA or even Mayo, you love it.
I could tell you what's happening in the Junior B Championship now in the West fucking division. With
loads of people around Ireland now are listening to it because it's just
his sidekick Enda is one of the best characters ever.
Yeah.
He's not even from Mayo, is he?
No, he's from Cavan, and no one knows why he's in Mayo. That's the best part. And I haven't a clue either. Like, I don't know the man from Adam. I have his email address. He comes online. We just talk about football. Don't really talk.
Would you ever go for a pint together, like?
Never met him anywhere. I've only started going to games with him this year. Like, I wouldn't know anything about him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's better that way. It's better to keep a distance because when you're chatting to someone, then it's more genuine. The people are listening. It looks like or sounds like there's two fellas that are just trying to figure each other out and talk about football.
But he's taking.
We do.
Yeah, shy talk. But he's taking it to another level. Like, he's blagged his way into the Crow Park press box and all, hasn't he?
Yeah, that caused a bit of controversy now in the last couple of weeks. But it happens. Look at it. It's just certain people that don't like there's other people getting in on their little slice of cake, and
bollockses.
I'm going for the full cake.
We know fine well. God bless and save us. But come here. I seen it described, if Mayo won the championship, there'll be people 69 in the streets of Swinford. Will it be that wild?
69 in every fucking street. Never mind Swinford. No,
What would happen?
What would happen? That's the best. That's a great question. It's like what was the Big Bang? Like no one knows. No one genuinely knows what would happen if Mayo won in All Ireland. That's the truth, because it's like we're so accustomed to getting bet now. Like we lose the run of ourselves for so many times that now it's just kind of like last year. Last year was the hardest one of the lot. It really it's
a lot
tough
of
to
people
win.
were angry with you last year. You fucked it up yourselves last year.
Oh,
we Dublin and
we were
just
disgusted.
shit the togs.
We're disgusted. Still are. There's a resentment there with the way things went, and including the fans. Like that day was horrendous. I was really hungover at a wedding the day before. Just about got to the game. I had to get my friend to drive the car.
Is that the
Satellite Cruiser,
Satellite
which is
Cruiser.
parked outside, by the way. Yeah. And finally got back to the car. Fucking parking ticket on the car, and it was like when Homer was coming out of New York.
I broke a soy nappy goes in your face.
Dunk.
You'll win it someday.
Here we go.
No, I won't say no. I kind of enjoy. I don't enjoy the misery, but
it's a story.
I do.
Look, if Mayo were to actually ever do it, it would be without a doubt the best sports story of all time. I tell you now, you lads will realise if you had lost as many finals, got as close and spent as much as money as we have following those bastards up the road, you'd be a happy man too if you got over the line.
The Rovers went long enough without winning anything.
You won something though. You've actually celebrated, and you've won cups, and you won a league.
Misery is.
Yeah. What have we won? We've won fuck all.
You've won the people's hearts, ref. You've won the people's hearts.
And even that's actually slipping now.
Con, you were involved with Sligo for a long time. You probably crossed the divide from amateurism to professionalism on the county scene. We all hear some of the great stories on the trainings. Any spring to mind? You went from the days of just running laps to more scientific stuff, but you went on a warm weather training camp one year, did you?
Yeah, no, we went out to play the Lingas after 2002. Great crack, but there's a lad on the panel, Scoop Carty, I don't know if you know him, Aidan.
The kit man at the minute for Sligo GAA.
He was going out with a good Mayo woman, I won't mention her name as we go. So girlfriends were allowed to go. That was a bone of contention, big time. Luckily I was single at the time, so it didn't affect, but Scoop was out there with this new girlfriend, and she was, alternative would be the PC word, I suppose. So it was fairly hectic. So Scoop and herself were just not seeing eye to eye with everything that was going on. But Scoop came back one day into the apartment, and she had a fucking bag of white powder, and he lost his shit. He said, fucking, I put up with a lot, he says, but fucking not drugs. She was going doing the washing.
It's giving up a reception to do the washing.
The other one with the same girlfriend, I definitely shouldn't be telling this, but fuck it, at this stage. Over in Boston the following summer, and she happened to be in the apartment that we were staying in, and Kenny Morley from Curry, I don't know if there's any Curry people here.
No, they're barred.
Yeah. Kenny was in the apartment, and
we're actually doing a live stream to Howley's, actually.
Great spot.
But Kenny's girlfriend was friendly with Scoop's girlfriend. So they did the decent thing when Scoop came over for the week. They vacated.
They put keys in a bowl. It was done at the time.
They vacated their bedroom for Scoop and the girlfriend for the week. But we had a game on the Sunday, fairly heavy session after, went to work on the Monday, and came back fucking dying. And Kenny forgot that he had given Scoop and the girlfriend the bedroom for the week. And he walked in to find Scoop wearing her fucking thong. But don't tell anybody I said that. And the follow-up on that is the story was home before I got back from Boston. And Scoop was very nervous.
You were late to Scoop, actually.
That's right. Kieran's cousin, disgusted here. The sound could go in the middle of this story. But he was working in the Strand at the time, and Barry Carty, his cousin, was in it. So Scoop came in to the bar, and the fucking whole place knew it at this stage. We're all laughing about it. Barry goes to him, "What's fucking wrong with you? What is your knickers in a knot?" "Who fucking told you?"
Oh, brilliant. So yeah, that's the old days of the county, men wearing thongs and accusing their women of taking drugs and played the lingus. We've all been there. Might fast forward to next weekend, lads. A quick look at what's going on. You have the big... Oh, you actually, this weekend, Mayo Galway.
Yeah.
Are you going to it? You probably aren't even going to it, are you?
No, I am. Definitely.
The other book's giving out shite on Twitter about seats for season ticket holders.
You can't sit in the middle of the ground.
Huh?
You can't sit in the middle of the ground if you've got the season ticket.
He has a seat in the middle of the ground, like he's still giving out anyway, like
the big Cavan bastard.
Yeah.
Will you bring him up to meet us someday? I just want to meet him.
Yeah.
He's like, he reminds me of Hans Moleman from The Simpsons. I just want to rub his face.
It's like kissing a peanut. I met him in Beacon around.
He's deceptively tall.
I met him in Beacon at the Summerhill game and he wouldn't talk to me. He was thick as fuck.
Why?
He was there trying to get...
Are you paranoid, though?
I am quite paranoid.
He was shite about you, I said.
Give me shite.
Did he know who you were? Like?
I beg your pardon?
Did he know who you were?
I was wearing a name badge.
Oh.
I'm joking.
I don't know. Mayo Galway Sunday, yeah. Going to be a dinger. Hard call it now. I was confident all last couple of weeks. Thought, Mayo will get back after the league. The injuries will clear up, but they haven't.
Is it true that there was a big heavy training for the league final?
There was a big heavy training blocked for about 3 weeks before the league. So they've only got a certain window where they can actually do this training. So they sacrificed the last couple of games of the league and the league final, and that's the injuries came out as well. Like so,
you have to hold back on a Sligo and the heartiest stuff. Best of luck from us lads to win next weekend, and I truly mean.
Thanks, Edo.
Big arms, Con. Next Saturday we're in the park, Roscommon. Any chance?
I wouldn't hold out too much hope if I'm being fully honest about it. The park is good, but Roscommon are playing at a fairly high level.
Yeah, aren't they?
Yeah, they're playing great football. Sligo man down involved with them. Luke Bree involved with training them.
Clare man, yeah.
Yeah, they're very good forwards. Very strong midfield. Big Eddie Nolan is after coming in there. I would have coached him in the school in Athlone, the Marist. He's a big beast now when he can play ball as well.
Like just an ape or...
No, he's not like me yet, he can play ball, I said as well.
When we used to play with O'Meara, Clara, don't kick it! You get the odd one then, and you'd fucking keep kicking fucking everything. No wonder we won fuck all.
You kick a good ball to Edo, he wouldn't go for it, he'd be so surprised. Yep. He'd be shocked. Yeah, no, I think Roscommon are very good. No, the other thing is, you'll get a kick from Sligo going to New York. I know it wasn't the most impressive performance, but the teams that go over there, it's like a bonding session.
Yeah.
So the boys would have got a good session, and I think, Sean, you were fragile enough on Wednesday night. I think there might have been a few beers after the game. Jet lag, yeah. That does bring teams together. So I'd be hoping for a good performance, but I can't see us turning them over.
I said last during the week, like it was kind of a no-win in a way. If we'd bet New York by 13, 14 points, they were shite.
Marc made a great point on the pod the last night about every time Roscommon are favourites.
Yeah, and that's true too. Yeah,
because I lost €750 on the bastards. 2015.
Sligo were 11. If you knew us then, Sligo were 11-4 that day.
1-2, or what were Roscommon? 1-2. I was putting $750 on, get the grand back, everything be rosy in the garden. Game wasn't on TV. It was like, oh.
It was a Saturday evening, like next week.
I remember going in telling the old lady, I've lost it all. And I haven't gambled since.
Now, the only thing with Roscommon and Sligo, if you go down through the years though, whether there's a good Sligo team, poor Roscommon team, or vice versa, there's never more than a kick and a ball between them at the end of the game.
They always fancy they can beat each other, I think. If one is down and the other is down, up, they always fancy. Sure, Sligo went off 1-6 in the 2010 Connacht final, which is crazy.
Well, I was chatting on the last week, pod, will Sligo obviously play a different system to play against New York, surely?
I'd say there could be a few personnel changes as well. So
they'd be daft not to show their hand against New York when they're playing the big game the next day.
And I think in the whole Division 4, I thought the same. Just get through Division 4 and get through it, and then have something planned the whole way for.
And I think for Sligo as well, I think they have to go for the Tailteann Cup and keep, they have to keep the foot down. The only way they're going to improve is by keep pushing themselves and playing these games. If they go and put their hands up and go, oh, it's only the Tailteann Cup, you're never going to get over it.
Would you play in the Tailteann Cup?
Would I play? I'd play at fucking anything.
Yeah, fucking a Junior B Championship at O'Meara Gales.
Oh, which we lost.
All right, sorry.
But fully agree with refs there. Like if it is Tailteann Cup that we go into, you have to get into the habit of winning. All these games bring teams on. Like we do have young players coming through that they need to get into the habit of playing these county games, get fitting in for it.
No, true, 100%.
You are where you are. Famous saying.
Yeah, well, the league doesn't lie.
No, just it's the only way out of it.
Right. So we're looking at a Sligo Mayo Connacht final in 3 or 4 weeks' time in Hyde Park. We'll get the bus up and we'll meet in the Red Parrot.
If I hear about this Red Parrot again, I can't wait to go in it. I was never in Roscommon Town until the Armagh game this year. I genuinely said it. Enda brought me. He goes, "We'll drive through the town." I was like, I've never been in this place at all.
It's lovely this time of year.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The Red Parrot's some establishment. They've kind of closed up a bit, but we were there around 2000 and the glory years. They used to have back stairs, and you get up them, and they'd have costumes up there, like actual just full grown costumes for like a Barney thing that would be in a hotel on a Sunday. Sure, of course, they were all robbed and down the road and wild stuff. I went back 3 years later with Quayside Rovers were playing Roscommon Town, and the fucker behind the bar, you, not a chance.
Remembered you.
3 years.
You
And
didn't even fucking remember me.
I was wearing a
coming in the door.
Teletubbies costume. How do you recognise me?
I remember Ref walking in the door.
I walked in here this evening and the bouncer was like, "Have you got tickets?" I was like, "Yeah, I have tickets, yeah." And then walked up to the thing and the two boys were there.
Oh no, I said Bert.
Oh no, you didn't. The first I walked by you, I was, "How's things?" And you just went, "Oh yeah, you just go in there, yeah, no problem." And then I was like, "Oh, Mert, how's things?"
Ross just signed the dollar signs walking by him.
Yeah, just another customer. Like.
Did I or did I not say to you?
5 seconds later. I was like, "Fuck, it's Ref." Apologies.
Yeah, but it was too late. It was too late.
I was in
hurt at that stage.
I'm sure we'd be texting and everything like that.
I know, yeah.
Embarrassed.
Didn't recognise you without the pint.
Your WhatsApp friends too, are you?
Yeah.
Lovely. What are you mad about?
Well, if you answered your fucking phone, you'd be a WhatsApp friend too. I had to ring him 3 times about something, and 3 times...
About a bonus, come and train him at Cretaro on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, but we had to get him
and
somewhere.
And he didn't show up then?
He will, he'll be there next week. He'll be there next week. He's a good guy,
Shane Stapleton, is that his name?
Stanton,
lovely fella. Right. We'll finish up in 2 seconds, but first, I want to say to Con about the under-20s on Wednesday. It was excellent. Just what a night for the county. First time. The under-20 competition is probably going to 75, is it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I think did you lose a final 94?
We lost the final in 94. We were against the good Mayo team, David Brady, John Casey, all those boys. We were 3 points up with 5 minutes to go and didn't finish our dinner. Got hammered then. I think I was sent off after 9 minutes of the replay down in Castlebar. Not my greatest moment.
You let us all down that day, Con. But there's been how many since? I know the 99, I think, as well. There's been how many? The one about Galway a few years ago after extra time in the park.
Yeah.
That was an excellent team. So to finally get over the line was just relief. You've been with that team for the last 3 years as well.
Yeah, it was special for them, and these boys, like the under-20s, are a great bunch. They're way more mature than I was at 20 or 40.
What age you know?
47.
Jesus.
But it was great.
You're in great nick for a 47-year-old.
He's like a Ken doll. You want to see him naked, actually. You want to see him with not a stitch on. He's like a Ken doll. He's
like a what?
Right.
Ken doll.
We'll go back to the 20s there real quick. But no, they were a great bunch.
Yeah, just flat there.
I suppose a lot of people will be coming to you. A lot of people will be coming up saying, "Oh, you were lucky," and so on and so forth. Like, how many times have we been the wrong side of results? Like, it's just unbelievable. And all I'd be saying is, if we're lucky twice more, there'll be another cup coming to the county.
Well, that's it. It's only 2 more wins. Now, we were lucky in the end. We should have been probably further ahead at half time.
Yeah.
I would have thought. And then with the wind, I thought we'd have scored more. Like, Owen Smith probably didn't have his best game, and he kicks 1-1. Like a monster free. And the game swings then.
Yeah.
You've no Nicky Bruchos down in Mayo, obviously, because your goalkeeper was stink.
Yeah. Yeah, look at you know, he's only 20 years old and you're going to slay him on a podcast.
He's a man, and I right.
Come on now.
I'm only right.
There's a human level to this, Edo, and you sunk below that there. I know he did. But look, he was unfortunate. But look, it wasn't great for Sligo. I even tweeted about it. I was delighted to see them win it. Fair play to them. They deserved it because they kept plugging away. Like when Mayo, the whole game didn't look like they knew what they were doing. Like they were kicking a couple of big scores, individual efforts, but
you can see Sligo's plan. Yeah,
Sligo looked like a team that knew what they were doing. I said it to Con earlier. It's like Mayo at one stage it looked like a sheepdog in the pitch. And there was 2 lads shouting 2 different things at the dog, and the dog was going like fuck, but he didn't know what he was doing. Like they were trying, but they didn't have it. Things looked overcomplicated for Mayo. Sligo, you could see what they were trying to do. And
you're calling us simple now, ref, is it? We're simple.
Simple works, simple does.
Yeah, just on the lads, they were meant to come in tonight.
They were supposed to be our guests of honour, but they're still drinking out in, it's local.
Out in Drumcliff, but...
the 40 lads. They might land yet.
I was saying I was going to bury one of them when he came in because he was interviewed post-match and he came out with the comment that things were so bad on the sideline. He said Con O Meara was pulling out his hair by the end of the game, you know. So Oisín and Enda is recording it here for me. You know, fellas will be saying what are the panel like, and they're all sound, but Oisín Ducky Gorman, he's sound enough now, but he came back into some bad shape, Oisín, in fairness, back in October. His arse was so fat that we had to get Eamon McMunn to get a big industrial-sized tub of Vaseline to put it down the side of the door of the dressing room so we could get him into tog out before he went out on it.
It's a fine picture.
So that's for you, Oisín. And the other one is Jim Davis, long-time listener. He's out there telling them how St. Pat's are going to win a championship in the next 2 years. Senior championship.
Yeah, and
we had Jim on the show.
We had Jim on the show when we were out in O'Connor's one Monday. Yeah. He was supposed to be training the bowl Jim. Now, Jim. Lads, it's been fantastic. Con, finally, in the dressing room for many years, why do you wear a cup the whole time? One of those big, like, American football cups. I always wondered, so I'm here now and I might as well ask you. Like, it seems strange.
You know fucking well why you wear the cup.
Assless as well.
First county final in '97. Went for a break ball. I learned never to do that again anyway. But as I was coming back up with it there, centre back came in, he was wearing a wedding ring. And he caught me with the hand on a tender part. Caught me on the top of the foreskin.
The fandangle.
So, actually down about here somewhere.
Ankle tap.
Now, unfortunately, we were wearing white shorts, so physio came on and bottle of water down, and that was okay. So I was going out at half time. I looked down, fucking shorts were red. So I went in, and there was a doctor on duty, fucking official guy, like the glasses down on the nose, and he was looking at it, going, "I'm afraid that's the end of your game, young man." You know, I was on fucking first county final, away to fuck. So I went out and played
your
on.
sex life.
At 6, so I went out and we played on. So I went up to the hospital to get it looked after afterwards.
Sorry, Con, I just want to stop you now. So is this why you got the nickname Ken Doll? Finish it off.
So I went up to the doctor, and at the time, the Cretaro lads used to hang around with some of the nurses that were working up in the hospital, so they were there pissing themselves laughing. So it came that none of them had come in to assist the doctor that had to go stitching it up. So he had to get 8 stitches in it. But the doctor, an Indian doctor, I won't even do the accent.
Talk about his penis, by the way, if anyone doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah, was it around or
do the maths?
It went around about a quarter of the way, and so the doctor looked at it and he says, "Young man," he says, "you can have no sexual relations for at least 3 weeks." And I said to him, "I'm a single man. Can you guarantee me I'll get some fucking after that?"
That's been fantastic. RF and Con O Meara. Thank you.
We're going to do the quarterfinals of Sligo or not Sligo here, you know.
Thanks, man.
Right, can we have our first 2 quarterfinalists in Sligo or not Sligo? We're going to take a 10-minute break after this as well.
Egg versus Simon Cashman. Up.
Kieran. Okay. Get the cue cards, Ross, will you?
Oh, the cue cards there, yeah.
I go my own side. So it's best of 3, is it?
Yeah, best of 3. Are you familiar with the game?
Got it.
Okay.
Right, you all should know the game at this stage. So who have we got here? We've got Egg.
Simon doesn't know.
Simon, right. So basically, we're going to say a place. It's either in Sligo or not in Sligo.
It can be a place, an establishment. What? That's
a fish tackling place, yeah.
A fish tackle shop, yeah. Right, so basically it's best of 3, so you get 1 each, right? So Simon, I'll start with you. So basically your answer is Sligo or not Sligo.
That's how we answer.
Right.
Put up that music. The
there's a bit of tension. Right. First question to Simon. Ahoo. A-G-H-O-O.
Ahoo.
It's a townland.
Sligo or not Sligo, Simon?
I gotta go not Sligo.
Correct. It's in Leitrim. Eamon.
It's on egg here.
Eamon. Jingle jangle.
Sligo.
Correct. Phone shop, yeah. 1-1.
He's so calm.
If it's best of 3, how does this work?
We keep going.
Right, okay. Simon. Del Papa's Pizza. It's a pizzeria.
No, not Sligo.
Correct. It's in Donegal. It's in Donegal. Eamon. Rainbow Chinese.
It's good Chinese.
Rainbow Chinese.
I'm going to go not Sligo.
Oh, unfortunately, it's in Tubbercurry.
Simon Cashman's first man through the semi-finals. Big win. Egg is embarrassed. Right. David Moriarty, Clodagh Waters, get right up here.
Yeah, where is he?
He's there, I can see him. David, come on.
Come on.
Yes, you're up. Simon Cashman romps through to the semi-finals. He could get those coveted Wild Roots tickets. Clodagh, you're a long-time fan of the podcast. Great to see you. Right, Kieran. It's time to crank that music again. Start with Clodagh here. For Pete's steak.
In Sligo.
One for Clodagh.
David. That Hairy Goat. It's a pub in Bunnaden. The Hairy Goat.
Not Sligo.
It's not, it's made
Not
up completely.
Sligo, that's 1-1.
Clodagh, Lover's Lane.
Sligo.
It is. She's been there before, it sounds like. Oh! David, Duggan's Egg Farm.
What's that, Duggan's Egg Farm?
Duggan's Egg Farm, yeah. Goose eggs, duck eggs, any kind of egg you want.
Not Sligo.
Not Sligo is right!
Sudden death. Sudden death.
Genius. Oh, wow. Clodagh, Siberia.
Not Sligo.
Sligo, you live not far away from it, actually. That's right, Enda? Yes. It's near Ransborough.
Blowing.
No, you need to get this right first, David. Hang on a second.
You're such a rat.
David, Norbert Ferguson Parade.
Nobby Ferguson Parade.
Nobby Ferguson, as we fondly know him around these parts. Norbert Ferguson Parade.
Not Sligo.
Oh, it's in Sligo! She's back in the game! She's back! The tension here is unbelievable. Clodagh, Yates' rocking chair. Where WB used to swing back and write his stuff. Yates' rocking chair.
Not Sligo.
Not Sligo is right. David is saying it. The Fox's Den. Hey, shut up now, there.
Not Sligo.
Sligo! Yeah. Clodagh's true. It's in. Right, who you got next? We've got Chewy and Johnny Bellew.
Chewy and Johnny Bellew.
Clodagh, you're into the semi-finals where you'll face Simon Cashman. That should be a real battle. Looking forward to that now.
Two great Sligo men now approach the stage.
I want a fair fight.
Two contrasting styles here.
Two contrasting styles, yeah.
Let's see how they go.
Right, lads, you know the rules.
Kieran, let's crank that tension up.
Crank that tension up. Beautiful, Kieran. John, Mr. M. Vape.
Sligo.
Correct.
Seems John Bellew's got a big following here. He's got a big crowd behind him.
Chewy, the Loch Garra Cat Hotel.
Not Sligo.
It's in Sligo, I'm afraid. In Sligo.
It's probably the most famous cat hotel in Sligo.
Trick question.
This is actually for the win straight away, John. The Georgian Village Antiques.
Not Sligo.
It's on Key Street.
Oh, it's on Key Street, my friend.
Shit.
Jesus
A
Christ.
lifeline.
Chewy, you need to get this or John Bellew goes through to the semi-final. Chewy, the Dapper Duck Pub.
Sligo.
Gerchin, correct.
It's a big save. That is a big save.
John, All Screwed Up Hardware. Fuck. It has you right in the edge this game, doesn't it?
I'm going to say not Sligo.
You want to say not Sligo?
Yeah.
You'd be correct.
Wow, He's brought his fans here tonight, John Bellew has. Chewy.
A paint shop, a lady and a brush. A lady and a brush. A paint.
Not Sligo.
Correct, it's in Donegal actually. It does exist.
Ballyshannon, is it?
John. The Spanish Armada Monument. Spanish Armada.
Sligo.
Correct.
They tried to sabotage our actually World Cup of Sligo pubs by voting for Langs.
Yeah, they did actually.
Bastards.
Sure, how else did they get it?
A monument has a Twitter page. It's unbelievable.
They're both on the ground again.
What a time to be alive. Simple Simon's health food, Dewey. Stay in the game. Simple Simon's head food.
Sligo.
No, I'm afraid it's in Donegal.
On, out. John Bellew's into the semi-final. Okay, final quarter-final. Kieran O'Gara versus Brendan Fitzsimons. Let's get up here.
Fitz was not popular around here.
Brendan Fitzsimons could be my favourite now for the title. He could be my favourite.
We went through a lot of them.
Alright, well, a bit of hush. And Kieran, for the last time for the quarter-final, let's get the tension up. Brendan, no heckling. Have manners down there, you pup. Brendan, Ramsbottom's Pharmacy.
Not Sligo.
Not Sligo is right. Kieran, Gannon's Gravy Factory in Tubbercurry. Gravy Factory. Raf, loves it.
That might be a curveball, so I'll say not Sligo.
Not Sligo. No, there's no Gravy Factory in Tubbercurry, it turns out. Brendan, Dickie's Rock.
Not Sligo.
Not Sligo, yeah. Kieran, McLean's Bar.
Not Sligo.
Sligo.
Brendan's true.
That's it. That's it done. Get off the stage. Brendan Fitzsimons is through. Hard luck, Kieran. Okay, we're going to take a quick 10 minutes and we're back with Raf and Alan King.
Yeah, correct.
Thanks so much so far. Get to the bar. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay. Second half of the show. Is everyone around? I've lost the lads. There you are, Ross. You might come up here. Other things. Murty, going our first bit of light entertainment for the night. Could you put your hands together for Mr. Peter Wynn from Pete's Steak? He's going to do a wee party piece. Not sure what's coming here, but let's see what Peter has for us. Do you want the wireless mic? Right, Peter. Take it away, I suppose.
Thank you very much. I've had a couple of drinks on me, so we're just going to do this national anthem of Ireland. It's called My Lovely Horse. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum, my lovely, lovely, lovely horse, my lovely horse, my lovely. You're a pony no more, riding around with a man on your back like a train in the night, yeah, like a train on the woo woo woo, wah wah woo. I'm not going to lie to you, I missed a couple of verses there, but oh, we'll shout again, that's it. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum, my lovely, lovely, lovely horse, my lovely, riding through the fields. Where are you going with your fetlocks blowing in the wind? I want to shower you with sugar lumps and ride you over fences. I want to sing to you every single day and take you to the horse dentist. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum, my lovely, lovely, lovely horse, my lovely horse, my lovely. You're a pony no more, riding around with a man on your back like a train in the night, yeah, like a train in the woo woo. Thank you,
Peter win. Peter was actually. Have you got more, Peter? Have you got another one? That's all he's got. Peter is actually the profiteer for Pete's Steak in Colooney, so if you need a butcher's, Peter, I'll kill a pig for you. Okay? Good to go? Lads, my voice just broke. I believe the Mac attack is looking down from us up there, I believe.
Hello, Marc.
There's been talk. There he is. Macker. Any sign of Gino?
Gino was in the shower 10 minutes ago. He's en route.
Okay.
They lost 3-2.
Hey,
here he is. Just out of the shower.
That wasn't scripted. It's not you. Get away.
Gino.
That wasn't scripted. Right. It's time for... That's your cards. 2 Sligo Rovers legends. Ronan, you might go through a few of the stats with the boys.
I don't have the stats ready yet.
Stats, okay.
The multiple FAI Cup winners, League Cup winners, League winners, Setanta Cup winners, played in Europe loads of times.
Just winners.
Sorry?
Just winners, really.
Just winners. We've 2 winners come to the stage, Alan Keane and Raphael Cretaro.
The Tubber Curry Tornado.
Listen to Mike.
Oh. We actually had a theme song for you. We're not playing it, so we'll sing it.
We need
na 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 na. Hey, Sligo Rovers. Na 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 na. Hey. Yeah.
Right, lads, great to have you.
Let's go easy on us.
We've got one import, and we've got an import from Tubbercurry, which is a big thing into this town. But Raf was always taken to our hearts in the showground. So, lads, I suppose, Raf, you first signed for Rovers in the year 2000. Don O'Riordan, I'd say?
Yeah, Tommy Cassidy and then Don O'Riordan, yeah.
So he signed for Tommy Cassidy. Got
Signed for Tommy
the
Cassidy,
first stat wrong.
It's a bad start.
Good start.
Different times from the years 2000 to 2005 when you were first there.
Absolutely, yeah. We were obviously down in the first division, so it was a big drop. Been down there, but like you see, then the golden years, you respect it a lot more when you go into the Premier Division and you get the win, obviously in the cups and stuff like that. So big difference.
Can I throw Raf on the spot straight away?
Go on.
Can you name as many shirt sponsors for all the years you played for Sligo Rovers? Can you name each shirt sponsor? As many as you can, Raphael. It's okay. We're all friends here.
I can only remember the Volkswagens one because they were the ones we won in.
Tours, surely.
Tours the kind of starting off.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
He wasn't around your Beamish, were you?
I was just after it.
Come on, Mert.
Sorry, Kino, you landed here in 2000. My stats are wrong, so it's probably not 2008, but...
2009, yeah.
Yeah.
It was meant to be 2008, but it was in Australia. And I told Paul Cook that I missed the first flight, and I got the other flight home, which was in February.
So you're both, obviously, I suppose we start with Cookie. Cookie was obviously a character, I suppose.
Well, what stories do you want from Cookie?
Any stories you have. I could tell you a few stories myself. I used to work in a bookie, so...
No detail, no matter how graphic.
Look, I'll sum Cookie up in just this one here. I think we were playing sport in Fingal and we were 1-0 up at half time.
Oh, yeah.
And end up losing the game, I think 2-1. So came in after it, fucking all the lads obviously fucking mad as fuck, obviously going 1-0 up and end up losing the game 2-0. Cookie comes in and he'd be there walking and he'd be saying talking in his head away, and then he'd go, "See you, Pearsy, fucking just headed you empty head, just fucking headed," he'd be saying to him. And then he'd look around and then he'd go to Keane, then, "You fucking cross the ball, lad, fucking put it in the box." And then he'd just walk around again, he'd say nothing, and he'll just go through each and one and every one of the lads, and so he just says, "Right, fucking get yourselves off, we'll get fucking home." So all the lads are just sitting there, hands on the head, no one getting changed. Cookie's obviously got his clothes off, headed into the shower. We're all sitting down again, no one's moved. He's just came out of the shower with suds all over him. "Hey, you! Just fucking headed, you cunt, ya!"
And his thing is just dangling there in front of him.
Not a sausage on him, suds everywhere. And fucking
sausage.
So we're just looking at each other like this, saying, and we just started laughing, and he says, "Fuck off, you're all cunts," he says.
But
gets himself back in anyways, and this will sum him up. We've gone home anyways. Next morning anyways, he rang me, I think it was about 11 o'clock in the morning. Where are you, lad? Still in bed. It was 2 o'clock when we got back, I think. Hey, get all the lads. I'll meet you in the O'Moore at 12 o'clock.
That actually was my next point, the O'Moore.
So every night, always the beginning of a good day always started in the O'Moore.
Yeah.
So
And
that'll sum them up in one thing.
You were living in Colooney with a few characters at the time, were you, Keane?
Oh, stop. Cookie actually moved in beside us. Myself, Blinkhorn and Doyle.
Father figure.
So we were going around looking for a house, and this house came available. Oates Breheny had it, and we
Shout out to Tommy Breheny and Oates, yeah. Shout out to St Mary's.
I think it was Declan Basquel that was looking after us, but we went and viewed the house and said, perfect, furniture, everything in. So we agreed, and that was grand, and we're coming back into town, all our stuff packed in the car. And I think Declan rang us back and said, that house is gone, lads. And we said, how's it gone? Like, we've agreed. Someone took it. We said, couldn't have been. So we said, it has to be fucking Paul Cook, like. So we rang Paul Cook, and he goes, lads, he says, you want to see the house I got in Colooney? Cookie, you're not fucking serious, like. So we went straight in, put our deposit on, and said, never mind giving it to him. So we said, thank fuck, he's not living around Colooney. So it was grand. Next thing, a knock came to the door that evening. All right, lads, I've just moved in next door. What's for dinner? They used to come in and...
Frank the Tank.
Stop. He'd come in and he'd eat all around him and then just head off. But there's a good one where we're in the O'Moore. I think we played Shams. We'd normally, second, third game of the season, we'd go out. Like, we'd stay, I suppose, stay good for pre-season. So I think we drew 1-1 with Shams. He said everyone in the O'Moore next day. So went in, about 12 o'clock, we're all doing shots and that, and no sign of Cookie. So 12:30 came, 1 o'clock, no sign of Cookie. Then all of a sudden we look out the window, we were just in the snug area kind of where the jukebox is in the O'Moore. We seen this Batman costume going flying by, you know, and this comes back again, and next thing there's this fella in a mask and Batman standing at the window. I'm like, wait, I said, who the fuck is that this hour of the day? In kicks,
great parody wasn't he? Got it out.
In kicks the door, and who is it but Cookie, like? All right, lads, he says. What's that? Goes in, has a few shots. So anyway, a fella came in. Anyway, goes, Jesus, you swore you won last night. This was after 2 or 3 hours, and Cookie then mood just changed. He was like, we're all on for going into town and in here to toss at the time. And then he goes, right, lads, no one in town after 5 o'clock. So we're like, fucking hell, this was meant to be a night out. Then he goes, 5 o'clock comes, 5 to 5. He gets on, puts back on his mask, and then puts his cape on and goes flying out the door, waving at the window. So we said, he's taking the piss here. So we all come in, this is the character he is, like, we all come into town. And anyways, I think only 7 of us made it into tops. The rest were absolutely bananas. Some
right.
nearly going to get arrested outside the door.
Good 5-a-side team.
Yeah. So next day, 2 days later, went into training, and geez, he came in with a foul mood, Cookie. So what's going on? He goes, who was in tops the last night? We're like, no, he loved. We put our hands up, you know. Now you had Kieran Kelly and a few others who were asleep, getting sick on themselves outside, who couldn't get in. All right, ye 7, all fined £100 each because you're in tops. And we turned around and said, what about the fucking boys that couldn't get in? They were paralytic outside. £100. So he kept pestering me then the next day for the £100. So I had to put him in the car, go up to the bank link, give him £100. Now he says, here's 50 back. Go in and do accumulator. Whatever you win, we get back. So I made money from the night out.
Come here. You were speaking about fines, but you had a man who took the fine system very seriously, I believe. Ralph, you were saying.
Yeah.
A big roaster.
I don't know. Look, a lot of people might be familiar with Paul McTiernan.
Oh yeah, you can tell all the folks.
Ballyfernan man, absolute character. So, we had a fine system. Obviously, if you were late, dirty boots, so on and so forth, worst trainer, stuff like that. Anyways, McTiernan on the most money as well. My might add was as tight as a submarine door, and I mean tight. Couldn't get a penny out of him, and he just strolled in, did what he wanted. Anyways, Sean Connors was the manager at the time.
We'll come back to him later on.
Yeah, Sean Connors was the manager, and Sean, hey, Paul, you have to pay the fines. You know, the boys need the money. You know, for a night out. It's you know, been professional. I'm fucking paying nothing, he says, and Sean is like, but you have to, you know, it's been professional. I'm paying nothing. Tiernan leaves the dressing room. Anyways, comes down then about 10 minutes later, a fucking shotgun in his hands. I swear to God, shotgun. And there was one of the, you know, the traffic cones outside the showgrounds was getting a little bit of work. The new stand was being built. Shoots the fucking cone. All you see is Sean Connors slamming the door. The door was closed before the shot was fucking gone off. He was gone. He knew what he was dealing with. He said, I'm not fucking asking that cunt for anything.
And McTiernan didn't even drink, did he?
He didn't drink. He does. This is worse than any man without drink. Never mind fucking putting drink in.
That goes back to him not drinking. He was on driving duties one night and he collected Matthew Blinkhorn his first night in Sligo, I believe.
Yeah, when Blinks came over, obviously English lad coming over here, and he was from Blackpool and he was used to it. He said, this town's quiet. Well, where are we going? We head to Velvet. You used to always bring the new lads either here or Velvet. So we went to Velvet at the time and we're struggling to get a taxi home, and next thing this Jeep passes by, and who is it but McT? So we flagged him down and he says, no bother. He says, lads, jump in. So we jumped in and Blinks gets in the back. I think it was the time around bird flu or whatever. So Blinks now is pure.
Tough time to be alive, already.
Yeah. what? He goes, what's going on here? He says, this fella. So he gets in the thing, and next thing you can hear Blinks shouting in the back, what the fuck? I said, what's that? There was a big pheasant and a fox and everything, dead pheasant, dead fox in the back, and McT having the gun in the boot. He says, it's all right. He says, I was just out shooting. Blinkhorn I remember Blinks woke up the next day and he said his hangover was bad. He said, he goes, well, was I imagining things last night? And I said, no, that's McT.
You did some drinking?
No, I wouldn't say we did.
No,
we done a lot.
You were a successful team though, so.
Yeah, no, we look at Paul Cook and coming down and Lucan, you know, the huntsman. Is it the fox hunter, is it? Or whatever it is. Yeah, so that what used to be now it's different nowadays. They get pizzas after games, they get or whatever they get. We used to come down, stop off at that shop, and whoever wanted food goes into the shop, and the rest of us can go into the pub for 2 quick pints. So that was always the way of coming back. You'd win a game, win or lose, Cookie'd always do it. So this time in particular, Cookie goes, a fucking bus driver, he's a fucking pain in the arse. He says, you moody fucker.
Fetches the fellow brought us to Carlingford.
So we go into the thing anyway, and we get a few drinks, and people, the lads that didn't want to, come on, we're gonna get the fucking bus home, and the bus driver's giving out. So Cookie goes to the barman, listen, have you a black bin bag? We're like, what the fuck do you want a black bin bag for? He goes, right, put 4 or 5 cans in the black bin bag and give us the rest of the cans and put them around, fill them around our waist and everything. We said, well, just put them in the bin bag. No, he says, when you're going to walk with the bin bag, the bus driver's going to come off. He's going to take the bin bag off you with drink, he says, but we'll have the other drink on in the bus.
And that's why that man is managing in the English.
And I swear to God, he'd come down.
Elite.
And no, honest to God, you wouldn't believe it. And he'd come down.
But that's where training sessions.
But then you go in on Monday morning, like he treats you like an adult. Yeah. That's the way it was. And Jesus Christ, you go in Monday morning, and Raf, look, even the times out in Strand Hill, 1K runs, and they weren't 1K, they were about fucking 2K. We had to have them done in 4 minutes. Like, you'd run from the edge of Strand Celtic all the way down to the front, back up. You have a 2-minute break and you're going again. And he'd sweat it out of you, but he's the same. Tuesday then, he goes, that's it for the week. Tuesday, he'd be on the phone to you, or he'd knock into the house, come on lads, we need a session. And straight up to the O Meara Tuesday, he says, no.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Look, sure.
It worked.
We barely won anything since, so.
It worked.
A winning recipe.
What was the transition like then from Cookie and all that, and obviously success? I know people say it was Cookie's team in a way, but Ian Barclough then, was it much of a difference?
Barra, I suppose, Barra came in, it was a lot, we were still partied, don't get me wrong, but it was, I suppose it wasn't the 2 or 3 days, it was probably just the 1 day and 1 night, you know, that was it. As Richie Ryan said when he tried to get fined before, Cookie says, I told you you're allowed out 1 day, and Richie Ryan was gone out Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, but he says, Gaffer, he says, I didn't go home at all, he says, that counted as 1 day. But Barra was Barra came in, he was a lot more attention to detail. Before games, you used to get a list of the player. Like, I was obviously right back, and he'd tell me, a lad, he cuts inside majority of the time, 90% of the time he cuts inside. Then you're playing he plays this way. He doesn't use his right foot, he uses his left foot. He normally plays it comes inside, plays the midfielder. His attention to detail was very, very good, like, you know. And Gary Stevens was with him as well, and he's obviously a European winner with Tottenham Hotspur.
Great times, 2012. great times. Like,
unbelievable, and just like Gino said, like his attention to detail was probably the little bit that we needed to get us to where we got. And Gary Stevens again was a good character as well around the place, and you know. We enjoyed it, like we won, but we went out and we enjoyed it, and he didn't mind us going out after a game, after fucking winning, or possibly even losing, because sometimes it can be the thing that keeps everyone together, all because we didn't just train together. And the big thing I noticed was, when I obviously went to Bowes, was when in Sligo, when you're at Sligo, when you finish training, we all went for lunch together. We all stayed for another 2 or 3 hours together. The lads all lived together. Where in Dublin, as soon as you finished training, everyone just went gone. You didn't see them till the next day, so they didn't have that probably togetherness that we all had at the group, you know.
What was it like for you, like Keno? You're probably a Sligo man now, to be honest. You're not a Galway man anymore. Bart Folan now, your cousin, I believe.
Well, so he tells me. Yeah. He's told me loads of times. I keep forgetting.
He's told us all, but. Like, obviously it was great for you. You were there at that for 3-4 years, the time they won the league. But Raf, that game against Pats in the showgrounds with 6,000-7,000 people there. What must that like?
There's never been a roar like the first goal. The first goal, there's never been a roar like it in the showgrounds.
Bringing Desperados that day. It ended in tragedy.
I was on the Kansas cider up the back.
No, like you said, look, being a local lad, probably, you know, something I probably dreamed of doing. As a young lad, and to get the opportunity to do it was you know, a special time for me as a player. But you know, I think the big one was, you know, everybody at the club hadn't won the league in 33 years, and to be part of that was phenomenal, you know. And look, we were lucky. We had a fantastic group of lads. We had good staff, and we had a golden era as such. So, you know, I'm just grateful as a young Sligo man to have gotten the chance to play for my local club.
Do you think?
Up the lads.
Do you think there's a couple of league titles left behind? Do you think you should have won more than one?
Yeah, 100%. 2013, we should have won it again. That's
after the start.
That's we've let go of good players and didn't replace them with players. It was a missed opportunity, which was ridiculous. We could have been like the way Dundalk was back in when the kick started in 2014. Everyone wanted to play for Sligo Rovers. We're, you know, from 2010 onwards, we're the team to play for, and instead we're letting go our better players for the simple reason over 100 quid or something like that, whereas we lost them all. And when players, as Rafa would probably agree, when you see that players are leaving clubs, you say there's something wrong somewhere, and you just don't go there.
Really? Yeah, like,
oh, it is, yeah. If you see the best
fine margins like that, fine, yeah.
Yeah, like Jason McGuinness, Marc Quigley leaving.
Well, no, McGuinness got a €47 taxi out to
They went a long way, I think, to Riverstown, didn't they?
Forget everything else. Give us your memories of Taxigate.
Well, yeah, was Taxigate talked about in the dressing room? That was the best night in Sligo ever. 5th of November, 2013, 12.
Huey Blaine alert.
I don't know. I just woke up the next morning. We're all out. And the phones were hopping, and the group chat was hopping, and then
it was viral with Obama.
Yeah.
It was trending with Obama.
Yeah, and we turned it on and says, who was in the taxi? So I texted the group, who was it? McGuinness then, he gets he got kind of, wasn't annoyed, he was kind of disappointed that he let himself down. He paid the taxi, he said.
He shook his fist in it, that's all we know. Shake harder, boy, shake harder.
And then I suppose after the glory years, there was a couple of characters that took over the team for a while.
Oh, John Coleman and Jimmy Bell.
The two boys.
I have another ghost. Is
the underwear in the plastic bag story true?
The what?
The underwear in the plastic bag and go.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Well, go ahead. Let's tell the audience.
So, anyways, John and Jimmy. Obviously, we'd known them. Cookie would have probably helped get the job, and they were obviously with Aki for a couple of years, and they're phenomenal job what they done there. But they came, and we had a kitty built up for late fines and stuff like that with 1,500 or 1,600. So John Coleman goes, what are we going to do with it? It was like, Galway races are coming up. That's it, we're going to the Galway races. So that was grand. Who's going? He goes, it's a €40 fine for anyone that doesn't go. Now we had lads in the dressing room, like with Evan McMillan, who hated even parting with €1, never mind €40. So anyway, the boys wouldn't pay the fine, so we said, fuck it, we'll just go anyway. We're going to use the kitty. Off we go, and went to the races, good old crack. Got into town. Jimmy Bell, who wasn't used to drinking Guinness all day. So we go down to this nice, was it Indian or Chinese restaurant?
Chinese, yeah.
And,
Classic Indian Guinness. Good combo.
So myself, Rustler, Raf, and I don't know, Davo and Pearsy, I think, was there. And next thing, Jimmy's gone missing for a while, Jimmy Bell. Next thing, he comes back and he's fidgeting inside his inside pocket, and he takes a load of tissues. And he starts wrapping up this thing in the tissues. What are you doing, Jimmy? Oh, I shit myself. I said, what? I go, what's in the tissue? Me boxers. And I said, well, what the fuck are you doing with them at the table? He goes, they're my Calvin Kleins. I had to go in and wash them. So he just threw them away. So he washed them. And he was out all night with the Calvin Kleins washed in his pocket. You could actually see the wet starting to come through by the end of the night.
It's like in Borat with the
And then that's not the end of that night though. So we get up the next morning and we find two of the lads in bed. One of the lads couldn't get into the room. And there was two lads in bed, Raf and John Coleman cuddled in the bed. Two boys were cuddled up. They couldn't. Raf, I think, was at home.
Who was the big spoon, Raf?
I tell you what, I woke up. I wasn't the one I was hoping to wake up. I put it that way. But he had not a sausage on him, and there's evidence, there's picture evidence that I get reminded of every now and again flying around. But I woke up beside him with not a sausage on him, and just the boys in taking pictures of me, and I'm just waking up and the lads in front of me. They got a good laugh out of it anyways.
But even we had a sausage on him, in fairness.
But even going back to for John and Jimmy, we went to Rosenborg obviously at the time as well, and we went in and the night before you train in the big stadium, and it's class stadium, Rosenborg Stadium, and all that. Next thing we're going through a bit of set plays and stuff like that. Next thing we look. John Coleman's playing right wing, Jimmy Bell's playing up front, and our chairman is practicing throw-ins with the young fella. And we're like, some of the Rosenborg people here, this is kamikaze stuff, the night before a big game, and our manager was playing right wing. I think Theo was playing left wing. He gave me an absolute grilling. He roasted me that night. I said, I don't want to play tomorrow. Theo, the kit man, So then that was grand. We got up in the morning, and the two boys woke up, came down to the table, bananas. John and Jimmy, they're out all night. We're getting fed drink.
Europa League or Champions League?
That was Europa League. Europa League. And we went in and said, how the fuck, we're going to get hammered here. Ended up going, we won 2-1.
2-1, yeah. 2-1, 3-1. Was it Rory Keaton had a great
chance, yeah. But they were characters, and then we had Mickey Adams then and
Well, the dirty dub was in the middle.
Forget about that. Don't get me started.
He didn't like you. Huh? Oh, Harry, he didn't like you.
I didn't like him either, no.
But he didn't seem to like him.
Nah, his first statement.
This isn't been recorded, so go on.
His first statement when he came in was the one that got me. He comes in and he's giving us a thing and he goes, see all them fans, fuck the fans. He says, who cares about the fucking fans? He says, we do this. And we're like, nah, that's not a good start. And to be honest, when he was coming here first, I was like, lovely, legend of the league. Can't wait to play under him and stuff. But it was just, it was toxic. It was absolutely toxic.
And that season then, so Joey took over for a couple of games, and then
welcome to heaven.
Welcome.
Hey, he actually got him that gig, and you two was on the commentary one night, didn't you?
Yeah, I believe we'll be back for this year's cup run. It lasted one game last year.
We had one game against Cork.
We talked to Sligo Rovers this year about that.
We had a couple of cans beforehand. Probably wasn't the best idea.
We thought you did a great job. And we got rave reviews.
Rave reviews by Cork.
From our family.
So Mickey and Mr. Tank took over then. Two more characters.
Yeah.
Tank is me buried in Twitter, banned. Because I called out his horse racing scam or something. I actually just liked a tweet about him scamming people on horse racing.
Yeah, he tries to get people to buy into the horse. Yeah. Then the horse gets injured.
Right, straight to the big story about him, he tells.
There's only one story from that particular few months.
Which one?
We never got relegated that year.
You were training. Oh, forget about on the pitch.
Yeah,
on the pitch, but you got a surprise guest at
the
program.
Patrick and Zuzi got in a bit of trouble.
Oh yeah, that morning. Yeah, that was a good crack. Well, it wasn't at the time.
Someone was somewhere they shouldn't have been with a woman.
I don't know if that was it or something.
I'll let you take from there, lads.
Something happened on a night out or something, and two of the lads were out. They were only new to the club, and something happened, and it was it didn't go. It wasn't whatever. It got out of hand. And anyways,
let's cat out of the bag there, I think.
Yeah, yeah, literally out of hand. But we got into training on Monday morning, and the club got a phone call that said, look, there was a bit of issue in town or something, and we're getting strapped up for the physios and stuff like that. And Jennison Myrie Williams, who had just signed for us, was there as well, and Patrick Nzouzi was at training, and next thing, we all went out. It's a hard one to tell, but anyway, we went out anyway to training, and the incident happened that someone was after Patrick, and he was going to get it if he didn't leave the county, or didn't.
Word was put out.
Word was put out, and it was warning he has to get out. So the boys, Mickey Adams and Mickey Adams and Alan Rodgers said, "Get home quick, pack your bags, and get the fuck out." You know, and he goes, "Why get out? Because you're going to get lynched, all right?" So, anyways, Jennison Myrie Williams was the only black fella left, like, you know. So he worried, he was panicking because he said, "Oh my God," he says, "I'm the only one left here." He says, "That's not what they might think it's me." So next day, poor old Jennison anyway goes out on the pitch, and we were all doing crossing and finishing. It was all good. And all of a sudden, my heart was pounding at the time. I was seeing this fella bouncing in with a balaclava and a gun and the socks up around, and he was running to Jennison Myrie Williams. He goes, and all you can hear, I don't know if
there's a video, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the video.
Under the Kosh have it up, you know, the podcast. They have it up recently enough.
Yeah, so thank.
By the way, our two biggest players
shit themselves.
Fucking were gone over the stand before your man jumped even onto the pitch.
Raf? Piersey was one, definitely.
Els, and who was it?
Els and Morton Nielsen.
And Morton Nielsen. Gone. I mean, there was fucking smoke coming off behind them. Gone.
Yeah,
the two boys.
Morton.
But then
bloody Scandinavians.
But then he went. Alan Rodgers tried to say he was the tough man, but when he went up to Jennison Myrie Williams, he says, "Get down." He goes, "That's Jennison Myrie Williams." Mickey Adams is shouting. He says it in his book as well. And then Tank was, as we call him, Alan Rodgers. He started running over towards him, and he goes, all right, and he gets down behind the smallest man on the pitch, which was Wardy. And to this day, like, he's, you know, as he said, it was on off the cosh and stuff, but it was one of them.
When did it was John Russell?
Yeah, Russell.
Yeah. When did he reveal himself? Like, he must have shit. I would have shit my pants.
He revealed himself fairly soon afterwards, and everyone just, you know, you see Rory Keaton on it. He nearly got sick because he thought I honestly thought he was going to shoot it. Like, no one had a clue. Ruster was injured at the time, but it was.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, it was one of the best.
Unbelievable, lads. I suppose we haven't talked much football, which has been great. To be honest with you, we could talk.
I have a football question.
One.
Keano's tearing strips in the Astro League with Garda Station Sligo, although he's a firefighter. Raf is hitting goals in the Super League with Real Tubber.
I've seen it.
What's the better standard, lads?
Well, I'm actually after signing for a team down in second division in Roscommon. Would you believe?
What?
Yeah. Okay.
I let that one slip through my fingers.
Yeah.
Your fucking stats. Who or what? What?
Ballinagare Manor.
Beg your pardon?
Ballinagare Manor.
You're going very well this year. Big pre-season ahead of them.
Yeah, they're sixth in the second division.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was out with their manager last week, and they're coming for Killarney.
Raf, you're enjoying life with Real Tubber at the minute?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I always said when I finished playing a bit of football, obviously with Rovers, that the last football I kick would be where it all began at Real Tubber. So loving it, and look, we've a good bunch of young lads there coming through, and obviously we've had some great encounters ourselves in Carrickton over
really,
the years.
Second half of the season, you found the net again.
No, yeah, look, things are going well. Scoring 1 or 2 goals, and look, there's still a bit of life in the old dog, yeah.
We might see you in the cup in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Actually, I was at one of your games earlier, so I interrupt, but and your whole back line was wearing Sligo GAA shorts of different vintage. Like, there was an Missouri pair, a Cookery pair, and then 2 O'Neills. Like, they were spanning 25 years nearly. Very impressive. You lost 4-0, but good short wearing.
Right, lads, we could be talking to you for hours.
Yeah, lads, the boys
one last question.
Sorry.
Last question before you go. Best memory playing for the Rovers? I think I know your one, Raf.
Yeah. For me, probably obviously winning the league with me, my local club, and getting on the score sheet. I suppose that's definitely my best memory. And the nights out.
Yeah, the league is obviously up there, but for me, beating Shams in the first. The first.
Although I heard you call them Rovers earlier.
We're only seeing where you were wide awake because you were nervous in there. You were shitting yourself.
I had too many grapes.
Ross, you asked the...
Yeah, no.
Well, I know Raf's answer to this one.
Yeah, of course. The big question: favorite takeaways.
It's obviously Raf's.
Favourite takeaway in Sligo, Keno?
Had one before I came in.
Supermax.
Get off the stage.
Get out.
Lads,
Thanks,
boys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a
Thank
minute.
you, boys.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to the semi-finals of Sligo or not Sligo now. I believe it's... Hang on a second here. Cards are upside down.
We get the 4 semi-finals of
It's
Sligo, not
Simon Cashman versus Clodagh Waters and Johnny Bellew versus Fitzo. At the toilet. Kieran, we'll get that tense music back on. It's the semi-finals. There's 2 tickets. Yeah, ref. Who is it?
The Clooney table.
The Cloonatics. Win. You'll have the other arm in the... Okay.
Can we get the 4 semi-finalists up,
First
please?
semi-final is Simon Cashman versus Clodagh Waters. Up to the hot seat.
Let's get you up.
There's 2 tickets to Wild Roots at stake here. Good to go? Okay,
Good to go.
This is the best of 5, is it?
Oh, best of 3.
Best of 3, sorry, don't enough now.
Right, we're going to do the semi-final and final now.
Bit of hush. This is the semi-final of Sligo or not Sligo.
The last ever of Sligo or not Sligo.
Yeah.
Right. So best of 3 again for a place in the final. Ladies first, Clodagh.
You're a gentleman running.
Always. New jewel in the crown, Indian. New jewel in the crown, Indian.
New jewel in the crowd, Indian.
Not Sligo.
It's in Tubbercurry. Simon.
It's very famous Indian in Tubbercurry. The only Indian in Tubbercurry.
Simon. Glenagula.
Not Sligo.
No, it's in Sligo.
Double strikeout.
We're into sudden death straight away.
This hasn't been seen since '64.
Clodagh. Splash the Cash Amusements.
Not Sligo.
Correct. Simon. Billa. Billa. Some people seem to know it. I don't know. Might be.
Let's just
Go and get the bouncers, Louis.
There's a bit of
Wesley.
in the crowd here.
We go Sligo.
It's in Sligo. Correct. We're through to sudden death here. Clodagh. Rouge Sea Cottages.
Sligo.
Correct. Simon.
Well-known cottages.
Pern Mill Road.
It's like
Not Sligo.
No, it's down in Sligo. It's down beside Proxani.
Clodagh Waters in the final. She's gone for 2 tickets to Wild Roots.
No. That's semi-final. Clodagh, we're going to do the final straight away.
Right. Let's get Johnny Bellew up and Brendan Fitzsimons. 2 men who have divided the crowd here tonight. Clodagh, you'll be back up in a second, Clodagh. Don't settle down there. Best of 5 coming up.
You take it from here.
Brendan. Razorblade Alley.
Not Sligo.
It's in Longford.
Correct.
It does sound Longford, in fairness.
John. Cod Almighty. It's a fish shop in Eastkey. Cod Almighty.
Not Sligo.
Not Sligo, made up.
Of course, it's Salmon Tacos in Eastkey.
Beg your pardon?
Salmon Tacos, the fish shop in Eastkey.
Yes, well known. So
Lovely knowledge, John. Lovely knowledge.
Where we get all our place. Another fish I can't remember. Brendan, Fridays takeaway.
Sligo.
Enniscrone. Bellew, sticking on the fish theme, Skipper Brown's Boats Tours.
Not Sligo.
No, it's not. No.
Sadly.
Brendan, coming.
On what?
Sligo.
Sligo, yeah. Strandhill Road. Bellew, the salty chip Ballymote. It's a takeaway in Ballymote.
I'm going to stick with the not Sligo routine here.
Yeah, made up again.
High standard here.
Brendan, Knocknahur.
Sligo.
Did I ask that already? Okay, well, it is Sligo, yeah. Bellew, tough one for you here. The Pete Sampras tennis courts in Killarney, named after famous tennis player Pete.
Do you want to
Sampras.
answer that one for me, Brendan?
Sorry?
Answer that one for me. Not Sligo.
Not Sligo, no. They're actually the Andre Agassi tennis courts. This is getting nervous, tense. I don't know what to say anymore. Brendan, Lock Alone.
Not Sligo.
Sligo.
That's it.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, Bellew has to get one right here to get to the final.
Any chance you give me Davis's, lads, no?
Davis's.
John. A lot of stuff here that's pure shit. Like there's Jeremy Beadle way.
Not Sligo.
No, that's not the question. John, no, hang on a second. Hang on a second. John, Old Pound Street.
Sligo.
It is. It's one of the most famous streets, Sligo. John Bellew has the final. He faced Clodagh Waters. Wait there, John. You're not going anywhere. Clodagh up here. It's a best of 5 knockoff.
This is for the Wild Roots tickets.
Cheers, lads.
We're going to stick to the best of 3 to see who gets the. Do we have the physical tickets here?
Is Orla Buckley here? She got the tickets.
Is there physical tickets here, Orla? No. Is there actual tickets here?
It's all right. We trust them. We
trust us. Yeah. Okay. Kieran, one last time. This is it. Wow. Am I nervous?
This sport doesn't build character, it reveals it.
Clodagh, the humble spud.
Sligo.
Garchane. Bellew, Kilmactrani.
Sligo.
Yes. Clodagh, the Iski Falklands War Memorial.
Not Sligo.
Unfortunately not. And there is a good crowd of British soldiers out in Iski.
Good Argentinian contingency.
Yeah. Bellew, Wolf Cuts Dog Groomers.
This is, by the way.
Sligo.
Sligo, yes.
Right, we're in sudden death here.
Clodagh, Muff Cuts Ladies Groomers.
Not Sligo.
Not Sligo, no, unfortunately not.
I think I got that one wrong on the pod, actually.
It's on Norbert Ferguson Parade.
We're running out of places.
I have a couple here, I think. You asked John Bellew one more there.
Second sheet here. John, Let Us Pray. It's a holy vegetable shop in Collooney. Let Us Pray.
I really want to say Sligo. Not Sligo.
No, it's not, unfortunately, but if I get my way, the priest will be out there. Yes, Ronan.
Jeez, I forgot where we were. Right, Clodagh, Woaaa McCullum's takeaway. Woaaa McCullum. I think it's a play on words of what you call him.
Not Sligo.
Correct, it's in Donegal.
John, Highwood. Highwood.
Sligo.
Correct.
Yeah.
Clodagh, Down the Hatch Pub.
Not Sligo.
Correct. It's in Roscommon, I believe.
John, Knobs and Knockers Furniture Shop.
Orla, we might need 4 tickets.
Yep, It's a furniture shop. Drop my cards.
Not Sligo.
Yeah.
Why did you take so long with that one?
Clodagh. Larry's Lane.
Larry's Lane.
Larry's Lane. This is like Saipan. It's like the World Cup all over again.
Not Sligo.
Yeah. Look, it's quite obvious the two best have got to the final here.
John, I'm not sure what we're
Slobberknocker.
running out of ones here. Branchfield. Branchfield.
Not Sligo.
What's in Sligo?
Clodagh Waters, champion! She's done it! She's done it! It's sudden dead! She's going to Wild Roots!
Welcome. Therese will be raging with you, value.
Unlucky, John. Great stuff, Clodagh. One of our biggest listeners.
Congrats.
In fairness for
We don't know. Chat early, get your tickets. Well done, Clodagh. Okay, the last bit. The town hall. Thanks for coming.
The main event.
There's two boys coming now. Kieran, are you ready in music? We might introduce our first man. He's a bouncer. He's a counsellor. Put them together. He's a Bouncilor. It's Gino Boyle. Next up is the man who keeps Micheál Martin awake every night. It's the Mac Attack, Marc Sharry TD! What's the intro music?
I heard it back. Sure, I'd say it.
Oh, no, it's Max.
I had the big shot hook over.
We actually had Return to Mac ready for the...
I used that for an election. Yeah. We know.
You're very welcome, lads. Marc, speaking of music, it's great to see you. Your first time in Toffs, I believe.
I actually played snooker here, so it's great to be up this late at night without a nap. You know.
A bit of Jimmy White about you, all right?
Well, I have shares in Toffs. Actually, there's one of the Quins over there. She'll tell you that I have shares here. I paid for this wing over here, actually.
It's not your first time on stage, Marc, actually, is it? You used to play in a band called Jesus Wept, I believe.
That is correct.
I went digging. You used to play the guitar in Rockin' Robins in Carrick-on-Shannon the odd night. Tell me about Jesus Wept. What were your hits? What was your genre?
It was so old. So long ago, it wasn't called Rockin' Robins. It was a big shed called Cartown House then. And Jesus Wept played there. We backed up the Century Steel Band, who we were on a bit of a tour with. We were all 18 and 19.
And what did you play Mac Attack? What was your role?
I was had to look good, obviously, and
of course
try and play the guitar a little bit as well. Yeah.
Second bass?
Third bass at
the
end of
the night.
At the end of the night, yeah.
Gino, any instruments played?
I
was in a musical with Karen Gordon a couple of years ago.
Go on.
I'm not singing, no, you're all right.
Oh, what song later on?
Maybe.
What was the musical?
School of Rock.
Bit of Jack Black about you, Gino, I'd say.
He has more hair than I have.
Lads, happy tonight. You were both on our show back in...
Last year.
Yeah, last year. Back in last year. We got great reception, wide reviews. We enjoyed it.
Did you say wild or wild?
Wild. Two men from kind of different sporting backgrounds, but you both went to rugby secondary schools, I believe. Marc, you went to the famed Castleknock. Gino, you played rugby in the Tech one day, did you?
I did.
Under Pat Curran's tutelage.
It was
Tell
Pat.
us.
Yeah, and we actually smashed Summerhill, who was picking the cops at the time. The funniest thing was...
Start from the start, Gino.
No, I'll go to the end because there was a better story. Just before we got the trophy, because there was a time limit, Pat had to get a picture taken with both of us. So you had to have a picture celebrating as if you won it already, you know. It was terrible. All of us dancing around the place with a trophy, and none of us ever played rugby before. But we still won it, you know. I remember Big Anthony Fallon, the fridge.
The fridge, yeah.
I emptied him.
Marco, how was your sporting career in Castleknock?
It was uneventful. I was classic B team material. A bit like my political career, you know.
Yeah, well, you're always the second ticker, right? Yeah. Come here, there must be more than that. We've seen a few pen picks.
Did you?
Yeah.
Give us a look at them.
We got the Castleknock annual from 1992, actually.
82 or 92.
Really? Oh, that was, you just missed it by a year because I finished in 1991.
My stats are all wrong.
Our researcher's gone. You're gone wrong.
No, I was sub of the first team at junior level and captain of the second at senior level. So that was. I didn't play in Sligo. I played in Bective in Dublin after that, and that was the end of it.
You've a few. You're a big fan of Sligo Rovers, Marc.
Yeah.
Any memories of the big man in showgrounds?
There wasn't too many of them.
There was a flag. There was a
flag. Stars. Well, his great grandmother, the Queen of the Hill, and for many, the Queen of Sligo, Nancy Callahan, was probably the best supporter Sligo Rovers ever had, or the Stars. She'd have known them as the Stars, and now we've the Glenview Stars. There's a song. I don't know. You can ask Gino to sing.
Sing it.
I meant to get the words off. My father sometimes sing it,
we'll take
and unfortunately I didn't get them down. So Gino,
Jeez, if you can
come
spin
on,
it up, Marc,
sing
we're
Nancy's
open
song. Come on, the Stars. It's something like "Come on, the Stars, come on, the Stars."
Your dad
come up
knows
the
it.
Holborn Hill.
Was it me?
Come on, the Stars.
Come on, it's your
up the Holborn Hill. Come on, Gino. Come on, Gino. We'll join in.
You ask your mother, Maria. No,
I don't know.
I want to know the song from the Stars.
I don't know what this man is talking about beside me.
Yeah, no, I don't know the song, but I did hear Ray sing it before.
Yeah. Where you sing it, Jeff?
Nobody knows it.
I can't remember all the words. I should have got them.
Sharry's hardly spinning a tall tale here in front of us.
What I swear to God, yeah. Nancy's
Wouldn't be
picture.
like
You know Nancy's picture was up on
yeah,
the slip
yeah.
for years, and it should be put back up.
Gino, Sligo Championship Wrestling. Talk to us. Big fan in the corner.
There he is.
Share a Vogue most Friday nights at the door.
Well, that's coming next.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, no, we decided to go out for a Gara Vogue night out, and we decided to dress up as wrestlers, and didn't think anything of it until I seen Michael Langan. And for anybody knows Michael Langan, he went away and trained in Canada for 3 years. So again, with a drink on you, you'd sting him up saying, hey, what's the chances of us doing some wrestling, you know? And in fairness, I didn't think anybody would turn up to it, but we ended up getting about 20 to 25 people to do it. We have Paul Mankind Kelly up there who came in to the Royal Rumble as 3 different people.
He's wearing an Ultimate Warrior t-shirt, actually.
He's Sligo's first hardcore champion. That's what I like about him.
Only hardcore champion.
First and only, yeah.
But no, look, it was a bit of crack. We did it for the hospice. I think we raised about $4,000 in one night, and it was kind of something that nobody ever did before, you know.
Is it coming back? Yeah.
It was described to me by a man sitting in the audience as the greatest night in town history. That it was just full of characters. It was a great night out. Are we bringing it back?
I'd love to. We're just looking to get a place to train. We have a place.
Sort it out, Sharry, will ya?
So you want to get on to
big week. Get the boys a place to train.
You want to get on to the local TD about that?
Yeah, there's a difference. Myself and yourself don't run in the same circles. Winding you up. No, but look.
Oh, that's the truth is, right? Gino would ring me now and again and he'd say, here, Marc, I want you to look after this. I said, Gino, no problem at all. And I'd be on Facebook a half an hour later and he's on, McSherry's only a bollocks. He's like, they all McSherry made of all bollocks. I go, Gino, I meet him on the street 20 minutes later. I go, what?
You want to see what Gary Smiley's saying about you?
What's the story?
Exactly.
What's the story? Gino says, that's just political stuff. That's
exactly.
just political stuff.
I tell you, unlike other people, I came into politics a different way, you know. I think the late Margaret Gormley came in similar to mine, where her dad passed and she took over. But one of the things I was told is that your political life and your personal life are different. So if I abuse you politically, I just abuse you politically. I wouldn't do it personally.
Right,
there's no harm. You know yourself, Marc. There's no harm.
Sick, what have we done?
If I took it personally,
you wouldn't be here tonight.
Gino, quick question. If Marc was a wrestling character, who would he be?
I'd put him down as Bobby the Brain Heenan. One of those people stays in the background, never likes to get involved.
Ted DiBiase.
Great manager, yeah.
Mac Attack, did you ever watch? You didn't watch the wrestling or anything, did you?
Definitely not. Boxed once.
Oh.
That was outside 4 Lights, was it?
He was a barber on the top of High Street, on the left-hand side if you're going up, called John Connor. And he was the first fella that had the gym in the market yard. So he used to go to him, and I think it was a good friend of mine. He doesn't live in Sligo anymore, but many of his family do. Barry Fox, who's one of my best buddies, bet the living shite out of me. So there you are.
Oh.
I never recovered. I
suppose he did what we all want to do.
He's a teacher. See him there. He's a teacher. He's on holidays.
Malachi McGowan, I believe he's known as.
That's Malachi.
He's on holidays this week. Are you on holidays this week, Michael? That's Michael Bree, yeah?
He spent the whole of COVID watching box sets. The whole of COVID watching box sets.
Box sets, yeah.
You're
He was lying on the couch, stuff.
He was giving out
Lying on the couch.
He was giving out on Twitter during the week about trees being cut down in Hazelwood.
What?
Well, no, Malachi McGowan was, not Breezer, sorry.
So he's from Strandhill. He's from Strandhill. Oh, that's a different breed.
Actually, let's talk about Declan Bree's moustache. Best moustache in politics?
Absolutely.
The only one in politics.
The only moustache in politics. Marco, we had a man on a few weeks ago, Shane O'Meara, about the basketball. They want their own hall. What can you do?
I think...
we told him with connections.
Definitely should get their own hall. Yeah.
Could you put it up in...
Gino?
Put it up in Shimmy Boyle Park, could we?
Yeah, actually, there's a basketball place up there.
Can we put a roof over that?
You can
Great night out, the basketball.
Where are we going to build a new hall?
Have you been up there? The basketball, great night out. You should go up there. We were treated like kings up there for no
Treated like kings?
No apparent reason.
I left my jacket behind me, though.
Okay. Yeah, the basketball's the up-and-coming sport in the town. And we said we'd try and get them a basketball court.
I got a text this evening from Monty, little Monty. You were talking about Big Monty, like, hey, hello, all right? You don't know whether you're going to get a baiting or a wedgie or a fucking handshake, right? But little Monty was texting, there's a fundraiser going on at the moment for the All-Stars, and I hope everybody supports it. And whatever we can do politically or otherwise, of course, we'll do it to get them their own place.
Well, what a guy.
What a guy, yeah. No matter, that's done. As Noah Kennedy had said, that's done, son.
You still haven't given us the $2,000 you promised Clarence Hill in the Strand 4 years ago.
What was that?
Barry O'Mahony's hairdo.
Oh, New Minge O'Mahony.
Huh?
Wasn't that what we called it?
That's what you called him.
New Minge O'Mahony. New Minge O'Mahony. Remember, it was very pronounced. Like Rafts.
Hey, oh my God.
Look at me.
Mark, you're not looking for votes here.
My children were reminding me today.
Like a strategy.
I have two ball patches. I have one up here at the top and another one around here, around the corner.
You're a lovely bit of
I'm
stuff.
cultivating here at the back, at the top of my shoulders, and dragging it across my head. Yeah. In case I end up like Con, you know.
Come here. You and me, all Martin, same party, but not quite getting on. It's like Roy Keane and Peter Schmeichel, I always feel, fighting in the corridor on a team weekend away. What's going on there?
It was a bit like the boys earlier on, talking about the coach that we had in the Rovers for a short.
Yeah.
Who said, fuck the supporters.
Oh. So McSharry, so
it's a little bit like
Micheál Martin is Owen Harry.
Well, I suppose to use the soccer analogy that the boys used earlier, I'd say yeah.
Lads, I don't know where the fuck we're going with this.
The Rovers development.
It's hard to believe we're sitting on a stage with Mac Attack and Gino. Favourite sporting memory in the town?
I tell you, there'll be a couple. Obviously, when Sligo Rovers won the league, I have a story about that myself.
Tell it, Gino.
We were working over in Chippy McGarry's place, and Rovers had won, but before it, obviously the Pats fans came down, and this young fella came up to the place drunk. I said, look son, can't let you in too drunk. He said, we'll see what you're like when the bus comes. I was past no heed. When Rovers win the game, we had a good time. Following week, Rovers are playing Shams. Big crowd, massive crowd. Another young fella comes up drunk. I said, sorry son, can't let you in. He said, we'll see what you're like when the bus comes. I was fucking wanker, you know, with you. Then this bus with 50 animals comes by. I was, oh Jesus Christ. I was Nicky Devons was working with me. I said, go in and get Jimmy. Go in and get Jimmy. Yeah. I was, just to tell him, I was like, there's nobody else coming in. And he says, yeah, that's sound, Gino. And about 30 seconds later, a brick goes through the fucking window. So my celebrations are one of my favourite sport memories is obviously Rovers winning, but the following week with that going through the window, you're like, hey. But I just see Enda Mitchell down there, and no more than 20 years ago, unfortunately the other day, and I put it up on Facebook, we won the All-Ireland for Sligo Leitrim. You know, it was one of those things we had down Reardon as manager. I thought he was an excellent coach, brought a lot of youth players through, and Enda, I just reminded him, who played in the first round, saved us numerous times, and if he didn't save us, we were getting nowhere. So it was really down to Enda. I know there's a long run to it, but And the Mitchell there, fair play.
Set up there. Yeah, set up.
Take the acclaim.
And as the joint man, Jermaine Clara, he helps during the league. I take over in championship time.
Always shy.
I think I ended up on a bus to that game, stained. That was in like Tipperary.
We talked about this,
Tipperary, yeah. That was a big bus, and fair play to everybody who turned up. You know, but I thought for myself, I got the winner in the last minute. For me, that's probably one of my favourite sport memories. So.
Fuck's rotten. Marco, favourite non-sporting memory, favourite Sligo sporting personality. Doesn't have to be from Sligo, could be an outblowing.
Your favourite character?
Not in a cartoon.
Sporting character?
Just someone, a Sligo sporting star. Anyone. Favourite one, on the spot.
Look at the three of them over there beside you.
Michael Bray, Stephen Hone and thing, wave to the crowd.
Boys, hey!
Yeah. But it'd be remiss of me not to also mention Alan Keane, Con O Meara and Raphael Cretaro.
Con O Meara is heard of your favourite Sligo sporting character. No fucking fairness. And no offence, big arms. But Jesus Christ.
We're in the political business, like. You know.
He's in the
You're not going to start talking about people that aren't.
You and his constituency. Are you? Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
Fair enough.
Of course they are. Alan, favourites ever for me, the 83 Cup win. The league with the boys definitely was a big one. I sit behind, Alan, your father used to come down from Galway for every game. I used to sit in front of me. And but the other big sporting thing that I really liked, that I didn't have a whole lot to do with Sligo other than volunteerism in terms of the competitors, was the whole Rally Ireland project.
Well, that's something we often talk about ourselves.
That was
in the podcast.
The biggest sporting event that took place on the island of Ireland 2007, 2009, and I thought that was great too.
Can we get the rally back? No?
Yeah. Bring the rally back. Can we get some? Bring it to Giva or somewhere like.
Giva, yeah. Well, we have our Sligo rally, which gets out to Giva like.
Well,
and Kilmactranny. And Lovers Lane. And all them places from earlier on. Like.
I'll get you a few. I'll give you a few, Sharry. I've none left actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
We should have got you for Sligo or not Sligo. But any chance the rally coming back? No.
Not in the short term, no.
Are you trying for that? Like, do you actively have to? Obviously, you're Sligo based, but have to try to get stuff for Sligo. Sorry, it's a roundabout question, but
the rally thing came up because of a fella called Sean O'Connor who worked in World Motorsport, who I met and asked whether it was possible. It went on from there. He knew a guy who was involved in the FIA, Mohammed bin Salim, who's now the president of the FIA in the world. So it's certainly possible. What it'd need is government buy-in. Cost $2 million to bring it, and it's certainly possible if the government divvied up the money, really, you know.
Gino, what sporting event would you love to bring to Sligo? Outside of WrestleMania.
You'll see the flag back before you'll see the rally coming back.
Bring back the flag. The flag was great. The flag was a sporting event.
The flag was
up the flag.
Up the flag.
You know, I don't know if it's kind of a sporting event, but like we have massive venues, I think, where you could put on a concert. You know, you can sell out Markievicz Park, you can sell out the showgrounds, you can fill it up, and it's always a moneymaker as well for the clubs.
I don't know why there's not more concerts in the town. It doesn't. Westlife. I don't know why there's not more concerts in the town.
Is Figo around for Westlife? Is he?
Well, Figo will get you free tickets to Westlife. That's as far as you go, and it's a great night out.
Right, lads. 5 years' time, where do you see Sligo in the sporting scene? Each sport, facilities. I know it's a tough question.
Facility-wise?
Yeah.
I think unless there's a massive investment, we're going nowhere. You'll be left with the same things.
And do you mean club level and all and everything?
Well, like to try and get some funding is one of the hardest things. Like we have a plan, and for yourself who was up in anybody up the Fort Hill page, we have a running track there that we have plans to try and extend to a 400-metre track.
Get the basketball stadium.
Turn it into an indoor hall with a full-size Astro in the middle. And while we had funding the last time for it, the council turned it down because they didn't want to give the running over to one organisation. But we still have some funding there that we're hoping to try and bring it back, because unless facilities increase around Sligo, like we have how many Olympians, we have how many football players going abroad, we have how many sports stars, runners.
Podcasts.
You know, well, the podcast, like, oh hell, like, you know, unless there's money going to be invested, and I know we're not supposed to be too political here, but we can all bat the same baton, but unless somebody wants to put money into the place, we'll be in the same place, and we'll be sitting here in 5 years' time, and somebody will say, I told you so.
Beat that, Sharry. Where do you see it in 5 years' time?
She can't beat that.
But you're the man to get the money for us.
Oh yeah, I have the checkbook here and all for you, boy. 100%.
No, it's honestly, do you see the facilities increase?
I'd love to see
like there's big plans of the Rovers also.
I'd love to see the Rovers strategic plan haven't moved.
And will it?
It's a 10 years plan. It's a 10-year plan. I think it has every chance because of the people involved. Tommy Higgins, Tommy Gorman, all those people. They're really, really focused. There's one scheme we're trying to tap into for it called the Immigrant Investment Scheme, where someone, say, with a ball of money in America or China or whatever, can give a few million and they'll be given Irish residency. So we're trying to tap into that. In terms of the basketball, all that has to happen, if the council give the basketball clubs, right, say, right, that's your site, that's the start. There's loads of funding schemes for us to tap into to try and get them sorted, you know.
Promising years ahead. So, Ross, you've the last question for the lads.
Gino, did you ever end up in the paper after a night in Toffs? Did you ever end up in the newspapers after a night in Toffs?
No, never.
Marc, did you?
I'd say so, yeah.
I think Shane Ross wrote an article in The Independent saying he was never more annoyed in his life than when you told him in the Dáil that you walked his daughter home after a night in Toffs.
I read that actually, yeah.
He thought it was a gentleman's club because it's called Toffs.
He thought it was a Toffs, like the English Toffs. And
Poor
you were in some
Shane
sort of gentleman's club in a blazer and you walked his daughter home.
Poor Shane has his own demons, and the videos of my own exchanges with him are there for anyone to see. And I did walk his daughter home. She was a teacher up there in the grammar school, and I walked her home. I mean, she never told me she was engaged.
Right.
On that.
Last question. Favourite takeaways in Sligo? Gino?
Do I have to say Rafts because he's here?
No.
No, you don't go to Tom McCurry for a burger from the on Friday.
I tell you, there's actually a place in Manor Hamilton, but it's outside the remit. It's fucking
No,
lovely.
well, it's like Sligo Leitrim. We'll call it the Sligo Leitrim League.
Other than
Favourite
that-
burger in the Sligo Leitrim League.
Oh, favourite burger is different now.
Oh, sorry, favourite takeaway. What are you talking about, Gino?
Favourite burger is flip side.
Are we
What do you
you
want
talking
us to-
kebab here?
Well, kebab, then you'd be looking at maybe bests.
Well, what's in Manor Hamilton?
Oh, anybody can get a better one. I forget the name of it, but lovely food in the one in Manor Hamilton.
Right, Manor Hamilton. But don't get a burger or a kebab. Anything else in Manor Hamilton?
Flipside is the only place for a burger in Sligo Town.
Marco, favourite takeaway in Sligo?
A big forward cheese.
4 lights. That's it, lads. Thanks to boys.
Thank you, boys. Thank
Thanks
you.
a million.
Cheers, then.
Cheers, boys. Thank you. Thank you, Gino. Come on. Bit of crack. Bit of crack, Marc.
We'll just wrap up, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are we going to sing our way out?
Oh, whoa, McSharry, you know how to believe it's not Leo. McSharry, you know. Right, thanks a million. That's us. Probably 3 years. Thanks for coming. Heroes, thanks for listening. You're fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for coming. It's a wild turnout for a Friday.
Actually, I have to say one more thing. Sorry, if you don't mind.
It's like Pat Patterson. He's here to
There's
wrap
two guys up at the back here. There's 2 guys up at the back here who I got talking to when I came in, right? One is David and one is Thomas. One's an engineer and one's in software and they're working.
Is that David McGowan?
And their connection,
One of
they
the
told me
biggest
this when I was in there, their connection to Sligo, and one of them is up there 13 years, but since she started, has been listening to your podcast to keep up to date with Sligo Life, Sligo Sport.
Sponsor us all.
So if it takes sponsorship, it's got to go on. So I'll sponsor the next one. As long as you keep it going.
There we go! Recorded! It's recorded! Is that recorded, Kieran? Well, we're back for a 4th season, so vote McSharry! We'll leave you with this. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of God. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit nervous. All the best of all the years have gone. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit terrified. I see the fucking look in your turn around, right eyes. Every now and then I fall to turn around, right eyes. I fucking every now and then I fall apart. I need you more tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. And we'll never be wrong. Together we can make it till the end of the line.
But love is like a shadow on me all the time, all the time. I don't know what to do when I'm always in the dark. I'm living in a pile of cages. Give us us. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start to. Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can say. Total eclipse of the heart. Thank you. She walked across the dance that night, she was dressed to kill. She was a sexy lady, she had to get her thrills. How did she get him? How did she know all the music? She was in for she was in for a fright. She said, go down to the land jam. Jimmy, come on. If you want to sing it, sing it. We did have karaoke booked, in fairness. Anyone wants to get the mic, get it.